Beasley
Joe won't
Broadcast
be here
Group
tomorrow,
Station.
by the way. I'll tell you what's going on.
WQAM.com.
Cut the baby crap, boys.
World.
Can we get out of the sandbox, George, now?
No.
Is it safe?
No.
Stands for nothing.
I dump the bitch right now.
I did it again. I got really bombed, then married my friend. Oh baby, I was smashed when we wed, so I don't know if it was consummated. I might lose half my money, 'cause I didn't sign a prenup. I told my lawyers, I got drunk again. I was half in the bag, thought he was just 10. Oh baby, baby, oops, I said that I do. I had too much booze. I can't hold my liquor. Oops, I got drunk again. Last time I did that, I kissed Madonna. Oh baby, baby, oops, I popped a few corks, then married some dork. I'm such an idiot. Oh no.
10:02 at 560 WQAM. Happy Thursday to you. What a circus this is. No wonder I hate being here, you know? I'm straightening it all out today.
Okay.
No, I'm serious, including that dog and pony show with Moe the other day outside. I'm going to straighten all of that out. Get out of here, Skippy. We're on the air doing a radio show, you schmuck. Go, screw in. Oh, by the way, I went to take a leak in there this morning. He said, you're right, she'll do anything.
Who said that?
Skippy. He said, that
wow.
screw in is one wild bitch.
He ought to know.
He said, there isn't any act that any human being has ever committed sexually that she won't do. That's what he said.
I'm going down the list.
Yeah, that too. Anyway, this whole business, I'm coming to work this morning. First of all, I find my new close personal friend Moe is not on this morning. Here, Geldy, who's reverting to a third childhood. Maybe Geldy's going to be their new baby. Maybe it'll just pop out and be Geldy Jr. You think? And then he's going through the thing about, well, Moe isn't here and Joe is suspended. Joe Rose was not suspended. Kim Bocamper will be back on again tomorrow. You know, Kim, we've already got more than enough management running around here. We don't need anybody else concocting wild-eyed, desperate. We've already been through more embarrassment in the last couple of years than anybody deserves, especially with Ferrall. So when you start talking about, you know, somebody being suspended for some crap he allegedly said on the air, people in the audience start thinking, uh-oh, there we go. Oops, they did it again, you know, that kind of crap. Well, nobody suspended nobody. You know, just do the best you can, Kim, in your own usual. And one thing about this radio station, you see, if the guys haven't already played on the team, they're work for Wayne. So if you expect any kind of like objective, I prefer like Moe and Mad Dog. They're on the payroll with the Dolphins. Are they going to rip Wayne?
No.
Are they going to rip the Danny thing?
No.
Of course not. The Humper, he's got to interview the coach, no matter who it is. He does the coach's show, whether it's Wamstad or Jimmy's Johnson, or, you know what I'm saying? So he's not going to rip them an ass.
That was funny.
And so basically what it boils down to is you got maybe a couple of people like the big who ain't on the payroll, and me, who of course is supposed to be the anti-sports fag. We'll tell you the way it is. But these people sucking Wayne's ass, man. Wouldn't surprise me if all those zits start transferring from his puss to his butt. You know what? Just the idea of sucking Wayne's ass. I bet you Screwan would do that, too. Wouldn't surprise. That's what Skippy said. He said nobody in the history of mankind, has ever done anything sexually that bitch wouldn't do. He had a big smile on his face when he was saying it, too, and he was shaking it a little bit. Anyway, speaking of shaky, so Joe Rose is out of town for a couple of days visiting his dad or something like that, and these guys concoct all of these fairy tales about, oh, well, he's suspended, something he said on the air yesterday. It's back to the days for the long-suffering QM audience when every time Defoe would go on vacation, Defoe never had a vacation, till the last one, I guess.
Right, the permanent one.
Yeah. But he never had a vacation. It was always, oh, he's in rehab, he's out there in Vegas, he had to go to a rehab clinic for his gambling problem, and it was just as corny then as it is now. It's just awful.
Oh, no, it gets funnier every time. Come on.
Oh. And since I'm being so honest today, I don't know whether I want to reconsider that whole thing that happened the other day. I don't know whether Mo is out sick today or what the deal was, or he just didn't feel like coming in. But I think I've been had, you know what?
I've heard that before.
No, I'm serious. I think I've been had.
By the best I've heard.
If somebody came in to your house with a knife and stabbed you and then went around the house and stabbed your kids and your wife, you know, and they were like bleeding on the floor, and then like a period of time later, the same person, like your mother, for example, there's a good,
sure,
and came back a few months later and said, well, you know, I'm sorry and I was wrong. You tell her, get lost, bitch, you know? I just don't know that I can, after all the mean is like childish, I mean, just mean-spirited, horrendous, brutal crap that's gone down here. Just because I happen to be back in town for a few days and happen to have an encounter in the parking lot, does that mean that I'm going to and then of course after, it would have been fine, Mo. I'm going to be real honest with you. I'm not going to put on any act. I'm going to tell you, no, seriously, because this place inspires me to tell it exactly the way it is. This is such a schmidt hole, man. It's such a crap hole. No, seriously. I came in yesterday morning. This is the day after we had our little tate-to-tate out there in the parking lot. That started out with him giving me an F-U and F-U to the ground you stand on, and fugue this and fugue that. We had our little thing, and I figured, well, you know, it's better for everybody, and life is too short. And so he's sitting in the control room yesterday morning. I waved to him, he waved to me, and that's it. That's as far as it needed to go. Fine. Just be civilized.
But no.
But no. No. I came in here, sat down, starting to organize all my crap, and he comes in here, and bada beep, bada boop, and this one's an asshole, and this one, you know, and I just don't want to be involved in all of that, okay? I thought we understood that life is too short already. I don't want to hear about all the internal politics of this scumhole, of this toilet, of this indoor septic tank. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to know from it. And he isn't any different today than he was 2 days ago, other than he wasn't here this morning. No, that's the problem. I don't want to be friendly. I want to be civilized. I'll go along with that. But just because you shake my hand with your clammy hand a couple of times, boy, he's got for a guy that pretends to be a jock, you know, with the dolphin guy, he's got the clammiest hand next to a Pete Sampras.
Yeah. Is his grip firm?
No.
Oh,
clammy. How can it be a firm when it's clammy?
Well, clammy's like cold and sweaty.
Clammy, mammy.
Like Bob Neal.
Even Sammy was clammy. That's why I kept dropping the ball. Remember Sammy Smith?
Sure.
Oh, by the way, Castronova, look it up good now. Look it up. So anyway, it just that goes back to yesterday. You're just too slow for me today because you're worried about that computer stuff.
I don't have to worry anymore.
Duff is running around out of here. Oh, geez, like you're saying, you're an ungrateful son of a bitch, George.
Oh, I know.
You should be real grateful to Muff because he got with engineering and they got a brand new computer coming in there for you. Like whenever it gets around, a couple of days, whenever. And the fact that we are doing a show here today and tomorrow, we will be here both days. And nobody's been suspended yet, and nobody has said anything on the air that should
I'm
get
not
suspended.
ungrateful. I'll be very grateful when it happens. Unfortunately, we do a show,
now.
like you said, now.
Yeah, but you're causing Muff a great deal of emotional distress.
I don't mean to do that.
Especially, he's under enormous pressure because those numbers are coming out 1 o'clock tomorrow. And, of course, you know me. I had an 8 and then a 6 and then a 4. That's not a very good trend. You know what I mean? We'd be very concerned when you have an 8 1 month, then a 6, and then a 4. It's a downward spiral. You know what I mean? Like going over the edge of a cliff. So I'd be really concerned about things like that. And we're going to be watching under a microscope tomorrow when those numbers come out at 1 o'clock. What a circus, man. What a friggin' zoo. Carol Moseley Braun drops out. She's turning her support to Howard Dean. How many people she got with her, Carol Moseley Braun?
About 30, man.
It's okay. She's dropping out today. I did see Howard Dean last night. I was channel surfing. There wasn't a damn thing on the hockey games with a word. Although, man, what about that Washington, who the hell were they playing? Calgary game. Game is scoreless with 5.5 minutes left. It winds up a 3-3 tie. They score 6 goals in 5.5 minutes, and just bizarre, amazing. Just happened to luck into turning it on just at the right time. But other than that, there wasn't much going on. So I'm channel surfing, and there's Howard Dean on C-SPAN in Iowa with his sleeves rolled up. He was great. That was the Howard Dean that we used to like, and we still do like, but wish he'd come back and stay with that, as opposed to listening to his advisors, his handlers, you know. Wimping out ain't going to get the job done. That's you got to stick with what got you there, Howard. Dean, that is. No, I'm not going to start a big thing on Mo again today. It's just the idea that I don't want to give him the wrong impression or the audience either. I'm just, I'm willing to get along. That's all. That's as far as it goes. He's done too many nasty, brutal things behind people's backs. And okay, the Zach thing, who cares about that? It's so childish. That's a problem in this place, like a kindergarten. And why would anybody care? Why would anybody care? Why would anybody who's like an adult over the age of 10 care about that?
Right.
Right? Other than Juan in Little Havana, who thinks he's got his own show. So anyway, we'll give you the poll result from yesterday. We actually had a pretty good result on there, considering the fact it took us a hell of a long time to get that started. We got 2 poll questions today. The second one you'll love. It's right up this audience's alley. But the first one first. I better do the break, right? No, because I got to give the results from yesterday, because then Eric will pop it off of there, and then I'll be sitting here with my hand up my ass. I guess I'll print it out. And then you can make the change, Eric. It's about these space cadets. In fact, Howard Dean had a great line last night. I think stealing a little page from Kucinich. He was talking about the Mars program and all of this space cadet stuff with Bush. He said, and that's fine if Bush is the first one to go to Mars. He said, I'm all for it. And the audience was cheering. Yeah, all right! Nice going, Howard. Dean, that is. 5670560. This, seriously, could you imagine me being here a month?
That would be something.
I don't know how I did it. Seriously, I don't want to sound like I'm patting myself on the ass. I don't know how the hell I did it for whatever it was, how many years it was in this place. This is not a workplace. This is a nut house.
Without Xanax, without OxyContin.
Without any good drugs. Jesus. You mean somebody didn't leave me any? I don't mention no names, okay? I don't get into that. I don't play that game.
We could shake this.
I don't play that game. Check it out. 12 minutes after 10 at 560 WQM. Let me tell you about a place that you're going to love. You can get away from all the stress, all the crazy people. And, boy, we sure got plenty of them down here. Yes. And that's Pompano Park. That's right. All you horse racing fans and poker players, Pompano Park Racing and Card Room has the gambling action that you are looking for. Located just a half a mile from both I-95 and the Turnpike, Pompano Park's easy to get to. And best of all, Pompano Park features free admission for you and free general parking today and every day. Live harness racing and the poker room open every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 5 days and nights a week. Poker starts at noon, goes on till midnight. Live racing gets underway tonight at 7:05 p.m., 5 nights a week. Every Monday night at Pompano Park, 2 for $25 dinner special in the top of the park restaurant on the 6th floor. Every Wednesday night is dollar night for draft beers, sodas, hot dogs, and more. Also, every night on the 4th floor players' room, there's a $7.95 plated dinner special. And coming up on Monday, there will be a special tribute this Monday night, Monday, January 19, honoring Martin Luther King Jr. with one race featuring the African-American drivers only, plus the annual Lou Williams Memorial Race, which I thought that was the same. I thought that's the race for the all-black drivers, but what do I know? Lou Williams was great, baby. He had a little problem and a little tractor problem there, but he was great. Saw him win many a race. Pompano Park opens 7 days and nights a week for simulcasting, too, featuring the best in harness, thoroughbred, highlight action from all across North America for you to watch and plunge your guts on. Pompano Park, it's easy to get there. It's a block south of Atlantic Boulevard on Power Line Road. For the current racing schedule, you can call them at 954-972-2000 or go on the web at pompanopark.com. Did I mention that, how come it's not in this copy about Ladies' Night on Thursday? Isn't every Thursday Ladies' Night at Pompano Park?
I don't know.
Well, today happens to be Thursday, so I believe it is, but I better not say it. See you tonight, post time 7:05 at Pompano Park.
My and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Rogers is my lover.
Absolutely.
Let me back in the ball game.
No.
I admit placing bets. It only took me about 14 years to go on TV with crocodile tears. But don't wait for me to say sorry. I ain't taking the blame. I bet once, twice, maybe 3 times on a few ball games. So put me into the Hall of Fame. I deserve to be in. I'm not really a total crook. Read all about it in my brand new book. Oh, I bet on my own team. Yeah. And if I pretend to feel shame, I will bet they let me back into the old ball game.
Hey, Neil. Fuck you.
10:17 at 560. Yeah, his book is going to be number 1 on the New York Times bestseller this weekend when the thing comes out. Isn't that embarrassing? America never met a scumbag they didn't love. I never did get to tell a story about the woman that he ripped off for several grand at, was it a Calder or Gulfstream? I'll
No,
remember.
you never did.
Maybe I will. Pete Rose. Just an absolute scumbag. Who the hell you kidding, Petey? Anyway, here's a fax to Palm Beach troublemaker right out of the box. First, I hear he made peace with Moe. I don't think the peace is going to last. Kind of like the Middle East peace, you know?
Fair peace.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm serious. I don't feel comfortable with the whole thing that happened. And I'm not saying this to, I don't orchestrate any of the way I feel. I just shoot from the hip, okay? Right from the hip. There you go. I don't feel comfortable with it because I don't like the guy. In fact, I can't stand him. See what I'm saying? And I could have just kept going. I could have just, after the last F-bomb he threw at me, I could have just kept walking and walked in the building, which is what I should have done.
But you're a softy.
But I'm a softy, and he sucked me into sitting down, having a little powwow out there, and bada-beep, bada-boop, bada-baba. You know, I'm not, I don't know. I just don't like his whole attitude. He's just a sour, nasty person who wants to spread a lot of hate, wants to turn me against the beast. You and I owe the beast an apology, by the way, especially you.
I already chummed up with him this morning.
Did you?
Yeah.
No, because he's pissed off at me now. He was sitting in there. He was squatting in there. He actually doesn't sit on a chair anymore, just squats on the floor like a schmoo. He was squatting in there this morning, and when I came in, I could see he was like, not happy with me. Because I caused him to be chewed out by his good close I hear that Clarence cut him off last night.
That bad.
That's how deep a rift I created between them two.
You bastard.
Right. You prick. But at any rate, no, seriously, the audience thinks this is all shtick. There's no shtick on this show, man. Well, not on this kind of stuff. You'll know when the shtick starts. In other words, just shtick it. But, there's a lot of stuff that's been created. And if I have to choose between the Beast or between Zach or between even Robert Grieper, which, he's okay.
He's just
him. He's just there. He can't help himself. Even with his right-wing politics. He's just confused. But these people have been here a long time. And I'm not going to, go bonding with some guy who's been trying to get my ass canned and get your ass fired and stir up every kind of trouble with his show and consorting with people who hate me like poison, and all of a sudden I'm his buddy? No, Mo. Oh, anyway, he goes on to say, then somebody told me you let the asshole limo guy pick you up at the airport. See, Palm Beach troublemaker, let me tell you this, okay? Get a life. I don't take instructions on life from some assholes in the audience who I don't even know. I'm not interested.
One mom is enough.
I let the Ken Halpern pick me up because he begged and pleaded on the internet there on our email. He said, give me another chance, and I apologize for last time and for that banana boat broad that I had pick you up, who said, where we going? Where we going? Where we are going? I'm sorry, where we are going? That's what she said.
I know.
I think she's the broad that moderated that black and brown debate in Iowa. She was the same bitch. Where we are going? But at any rate, saying he did a fine job. He was there waiting for me. He's a good guy, okay? He's a little bit on the unusual side, but he's a dog lover. He's a good guy. He's Rimmer's friend, so that should tell you there'd be a problem right off the bat. But at any rate, so, that's fine. I'm not a hard ass. I don't hold a grudge. But in one case, I will make an exception. That's not a grudge. It's just, you don't go from deep-seated hatred after a year and a half to all of a sudden like your buddies. I'll be civilized. It's up to him. I don't really care. See, it's uncomfortable when and he creates an uncomfortable situation in the building, like I've told you many times before. Everybody's walking on eggshells here in the morning. Whenever he's in the building, everybody's tiptoeing on eggshells because, well, what's he going to be screaming about today and who's he going to be bitching out? He's got to look himself in the mirror. That's what he needs to do, with or without the peace. He needs to look in the mirror and say, well, how come all these people do hate me, huh? So if you think I'm going to be your ally, I don't care whether you promote this show or not. I don't care whether I have a 1 share, and Muff is giving me, 8 to a 6 to a 4. That's not a really good trend. Yeah. I've kept that screamer in there. I've been his meal ticket for the last 6 years, Miss Muff, and he's worried that I had one bad month in 6 years. Too frickin' bad. We all have bad months. Like I'm concerned about 8 to a 6 to a 4 like you're losing the audience. You should live so long, man. You should live so long. I mean, these people talk about turning on you like in about 2 seconds, just like you this morning, because of the fact that you dare want a computer in there that works like today. Not a week from Sukkot, but today. Because we have stuff to do here every day.
Understanding guy. It's just that...
and, of course, if you would have asked for it before, you'd have probably had it.
Spoke to engineers like 2 weeks ago about
please,
the
don't
new
dignify them with don't dignify them with a response. You have to threaten them. You have to threaten this place with bodily harm with a pipe bomb before they'll finally do anything for us.
When you're in Toronto and on that computer.
And then it's a pain in the ass. Like they resent it. The idea that we actually want stuff in here that we don't have to pay for, I don't have to pay for, that might actually work. What a concept, huh? That's not the Beasley Fugan way. Which is why that TV up there and the VCR and the computer over here and this thing over there and the fax machine back there, this is what it's all about, is Neil builds his own studio. Okay, so they're paying me a lot of money, but in the meantime, anybody ever work in a radio station where you had to build your own studio piece by piece? I don't think so. Anybody ever hear of it?
No.
Even our good friend Dick.
By the way, thank you for letting me use your computer in here, since this is the one that you paid for.
Right. Here's another fact. Says, remember the game Finding Waldo? Maybe we should play Where's Joe Rose? Yeah, let's play a little game, all you children out there. See, it doesn't really make any difference because what I told you this morning before the show is true. The sports nerd crowd, the hosts are interchangeable. It's like Mr. Potato Head. In fact, I think that's a great idea. I just had a brainstorm. You know how everybody's doing the bobblehead dolls? Why don't we have a Mr. Potato Head QAM talk host? And it'll come as a set. It'll be it'll be on a little box with a set, and there'll be the microphone and a little sports bar around, and the body, and the heads are, and there could be little hats, and the heads and the hairpieces will be interchangeable. Sure. So you can stick Moe's head in there, you can stick Kimba, you can stick Joe Rose in there, because the calls for the sports there, they just keep pouring in, saying the same crap. They don't care it makes no difference if it's Dave Hagen, if it's Clarence, if it's anybody. Anybody, and I'm not knocking any of these people, I'm just saying that's the sports crowd. They don't care as long as there's somebody there to take their idiotic call. Is that right guard? I thought right guard was a deodorant myself. Is he injured? Is he going to be able to play this week? Whoa. I mean, give me a break. So it doesn't really make any difference whether we have Joe Rose in there or Kimba Bocamper or Joe Mama. It makes no difference as far as the callers. Because, like I've told you for years, the reason people listen to this show and to Jim Mandich and Hank Goldberg, I use those three especially, is because the personality involved. Any of the three of us could be talking about the Chinaman on the moon, and it wouldn't make any difference. There'd still be the same people listening, maybe even more. Maybe even Moe. Right?
Right.
Because the whole sports thing is just crap, is what it is. Oh, I know, there he goes on that again. Well, I got inspired. I'm really smoking here today.
Apparently,
I'll say that. In fact, I'd like to be smoking. I'd like to light up a nice Daneman Light.
Ooh.
Are you sucking around again? What the hell are you talking about? Nice pace. What does that mean? I thought it was a trot. Anyway, here's the poll. Here's the poll from yesterday. Who is your all-time favorite? And by the way, Duff, I hope I get a 1 share tomorrow, okay? Because we're on a downward spiral. And guess, like I told Clarence, just keep the checks coming, okay? I don't worry about the frickin' numbers. I got nothing left to prove to any faggots in this building. Who is your all-time favorite TV character? Archie Bunker wins out in a tight race, 170. Can you believe how, you didn't see this. You were busy bitching out the engineers.
No, I didn't. I spoke to Jim, who told me that he can't do anything for me. Bless his heart.
What, you want to know why?
He prefers the company of men.
Who doesn't?
Homer Simpson was a close second. Archie had 170, Bunker, and Homer Simpson 168.
Very close.
Al Bundy 124. That tears my guts out. That's so sad. That was such a marginal show, and he was such a bad, nerdy character with a big schnoz. Kramer, 68. That's Brad Kramer, Northville Downs. Basil Fawlty, 56. Tony Soprano, 52. Eric Cartman had 50. Hawkeye Pierce, 41. Jim Rockford, 34. I don't understand. I'm so glad that my taste is so far outside the mainstream. It makes me very happy to know that.
It was a good show.
It was not a good show.
Sure it was.
And you don't even like cop shows.
That's right. Goes to toe you.
Goes to toe me, man. That your taste is in your tush. Anyway, how many did he get? Jim Rockford, 34. Fred Sanford, 32. Captain Kirk had
about 30, man.
30 votes. Lucy Ricardo had 25, along with Barney Fife, 25. Same person. Columbo and Ralph Cramden, 24 apiece. Baby Stewie, 23. Stu Barnes had 18. Reverend Jim Ignatowski, 18. Ed Norton, 17. Norm from Cheers, 16. Jean-Luc Picard and Alf each had 15 votes. Larry David, Mr. Spock, 14. Detective Arthur Dietrich and Red Foreman each had 13. I don't know who Red Foreman is.
That 70s show. The dad.
Oh, the one with Ashton Kutcher.
C.
There's something strange about that kid. There really is. Am I wrong?
He's a bad actor. He's not an actor.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about his appearance. He's
girly?
Yeah. Oh, so it's not only me?
No.
He's a girly looking
guy. He's a girly man.
He's pretty. He used to be very pretty. I told you, I saw those male model pictures when he was a model. But I don't know. That whole thing with Demi Moore, I'm just not too sure about that. Oh, you think everybody's... I don't really care. I think he's got a vagina.
Probably several.
I definitely do not think he has a penis. You can see in his crotch, and I do check that out when I'm watching those shows. No, you can see that there's like an innie instead of an outie. You know what I mean?
Mangina.
Yeah, he's got a mangina, just like Celia Cruz, who used to use that big strap-on. Rosanna Dan at 12, Perry Mason and Louis De Palma and J.R. Ewing and Sergeant Schultz each had 11. Mork from Mork had 10. George Jefferson had only 9. That's bad. He was great. Fonzie, 9. Oh, look at this. Look at all the other ones on the second page. It'll take me till midnight to read these. Jethro Bodine, 9. They liked his Bodini. Sonny Crockett, 9. Arnold the Pig, 9. Herman Munster, 8. Buffy Summers, 8. John Drake the Prisoner. Patrick McGowan, 7. Number 6. That's what we're going to get on tomorrow. We're going to get a 6 stuff in the December, I think. Yeah, 8, 6, 4. That's not a very good. I'd be concerned, too. I'm not concerned. You ought to be concerned, mister, from what I'm hearing. Oscar Madison, Frank Barone, Dr. Heathcliff Huxtable, Otis the Town Drunk, Beaver Cleaver, Maud, all of them each had 5. 4 for Stevie Austin, Fred Flintstone, Hank from Larry Sanders, and Frank Cannon. Frank Cannon wound up with 4. Let's hear it for the fat man, the round man. J.J. Evans 3, Edith Bunker 2, T.J. Hooker 1, Beretta 1, Uncle Arthur 1, Sandy Ricks Flipper 1. We know what kind of a person that was. In fact, trace that vote. Fag. Sandy. What?
Huh?
Fag. Napoleon Solo 1 and Alexis Carrington 1. Napoleon Solo from The Man from U.N.C.L.E. with Robert Vaughn and David McCallum. Well, that's something I remember the actors, but I couldn't remember the name of this show. Well, nobody's perfect, man. Just take a look at this place. 28 after 10 at 560. So like I said, Mo, it's strictly the ball is in your court. Just stay away from me, that's all. I don't like having to walk tiptoe up and down a hall because there's going to be like some kind of an argument. I'm not a confrontational person. I will tell you whatever, like I did the other day. I'll tell him anything to his face that he wants to hear that I'll say on the air or behind his back. I'm not a backstabber. I'm a front stabber, I'll tell you. But it's just an unpleasant environment. In fact, it sounds to me like a hostile workplace.
Hostile work environment.
Hostile work environment sounds actionable to me. Oh, Greg, it's a suit. It's a suit.
An Armani suit.
Yeah, it's a beauty. 29 past 10 at 560 WQAM. Let's tell you about Armstrong's Toyota of Homestead. Locally owned and operated, these guys have been doing it right for years and years, which is why they're still around. You'll find them on US 1, 20 minutes south of 836. Armstrong's Toyota of Homestead is well worth the drive no matter where you are because you're going to save a potload of cash, thousands of bucks. Check out their great lease prices. An 04 Tacoma two-wheel drive, regular cab, your payments are only $169 a month. An 04 Echo you can get for just $179 a month. How about an 04 Celica GT for just $209 a month? And with every car purchased at Armstrong's Toyota of Homestead, you'll get a free Sun Pass. And keep in mind, they were the first dealer in the area to offer you free tires and batteries for life. If you're looking for an SUV, Armstrong's Toyota of Homestead, they got an unbeatable assortment of RAV4s, Highlanders, 4Runners, Sequoias, Land Cruisers, too. General Manager David Rich and his buddy Fat Rich and the whole staff will do whatever it takes to put you in a new Toyota today. Experience the Armstrong Toyota of Homestead difference. They're committed to 100% customer satisfaction. Their service department's open late, weeknight till 8 p.m. to make sure they can get you done. Conveniently located at US 1 and 293rd Street in Homestead. They're 20 minutes south of the 836. So if you're sick and tired of those big fat mega dealers who overpromise and underdeliver, then you ought to make the switch. Call David Rich, Armstrong's Toyota of Homestead GM right now at 305-242-3247. 305-242-3247. Armstrong's Toyota of Homestead. Drive a little and save a lot on your new Toyota. And be sure and tell them that Ferrall sent you by.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
It's always insane.
Each night on CNBC, there's a brand new voice in cable news.
Hi, folks, it's me. I don't want to go off on a rant here, but it's time for the top stories, okay?
It's Dennis Miller. Finally, a news anchor who gives you the facts in no uncertain terms.
Our old friend Howard Dean says he can defeat George W. Bush. Okay, Howie, yeah. And Unal Septium has a better chance of jumping ahead of Seborgium on the periodic table, okay?
Dennis Miller on CNBC, reporting the top stories in a language you can understand.
How about that Saddam Hussein, huh? This guy's more brain damaged than Kobayashi after the Acapulco eating contest at the Yakima Ponderosa.
Dennis Miller, plain news and plain talk.
So don't get left behind like Tom Bombadil in the Lord of the Rings movies. Stay informed and watch me, Dennis Miller. That's the news, and I am out of here.
Speaking of that, Dennis Miller, the talk show on CNBC.
Oy.
What a joke. What a tragedy. You see this? If you're a right-wing asshole, man, they're just popping up everywhere. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Dennis Miller, the liberal-turned-conservative asshole and defender of President Bush in the war in Iraq, is less than 2 weeks away from being the host of a new talk show on CNBC. For him, it says it can't come soon enough. People say I've slid to the right, Miller said in his office in the NBC studios in Burbank, speaking in his rat-a-tat style. Rat-a-tat. I thought that's what Chris Moron used to say, rat-a-tat. Well, can you blame me? One of the biggest malfeasances of the left now is the mislabeling of Hitler. Quit saying this guy's Hitler. He said, I'm not going to read this. God. He is just brutal. So he's going to be on CNBC. One more good reason not to watch the gambling channel. Excellent. Okay, here's our first poll. We'll do this one till noon. And the second poll, wait till I tell you that. Boy, you're going to have a lot of names on that list. Wait, do you think yesterday was big? Here's the first one. What? And before I do it, maybe we ought to influence a little bit. Here's the news. The Spirit rover has successfully rolled into the surface of Mars, just like Screwan, it rolled over. That's what Skippy says. She'll roll over in any position you like. You don't believe me, do you? The Spirit rover has successfully rolled onto the surface of Mars for the first time since NASA's unmanned robot bounced down on the red planet nearly 2 weeks ago. Pictures, in fact, he said she'll bounce down on it. Pictures confirming the egress came back to NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab in Pasadena at about 5 o'clock this morning. Engineers cheered loudly and celebrated the landing by playing the hip-hop tune, Who Let the Dogs Out? Is that sad or what? I don't think there's any hope no more. You know what?
I want to go to Mars now.
I don't want to be a stodgy old fart, even though I may be, but I mean, Jesus Christ, who let the dogs out? That's almost as bad as Kimba Bokamp for making up stories about Joe Rose being suspended for saying crap on air or something when Joe was out of town visiting his daddy. Mission controllers had sent the rover. Oh, there's Tommy with a really surly look on his face. He must be really pissed off. It must have been something Mo said. Mission controllers had sent the rover commands to move 3 meters down as a ramp from its lander out of the Martian soil. We have 6 wheels in the... I'm not going to read this. So there you go. It's doing things. And if January 23rd, if you get your 3D glasses, are you going to get yours?
I already have them. I carry them around with me.
You get to see the 3D pictures from Mars of that red surface, red rocks.
Yeah.
Or maybe it said Red Fox. Maybe I misread it.
That's where he went.
Red Fox is on Mars. That's where he'd be going, because they don't mind him up there. In fact, they're nicer than dark folks on Mars than they were down here. That's why he left. He's doing a show on Mars. Probably Freddie Prinze is up there, too, you think? Wouldn't surprise me at all.
The whole gang. Jimmy Morrison.
Oh, ganze Anyway, so here's our first poll question, now that you know about the tremendous success we're having in watching them red rocks in Mars. What's your take on Bush's space proposal, that breathless big proposal he made with that speech yesterday afternoon, 3:15? Here's your 5 choices. In fact, I'll give you the results already, what we got so far, because there's many votes pouring in. They're smattering in. I love it if he'll be the first to go. How many say that?
About 30, man.
30. Howard Dean said that last night. Nice going, Howard. Good comeback. 96 votes. It's a wag the dog diversion, 20. That sounds very plausible to me. How can we possibly afford it, 18. I'm all for it. It's inspirational, 15. Right. Aren't you inspired?
Oh, yeah.
And what do you expect from a space cadet, 13. Out of the 96 votes we got so far. Now, I got some very bad news for you. I don't want to be the bearer of ill tidings. No, actually, it's good news. You can save yourself about, how many bucks?
About 30, man.
Don't buy the book. Oh, and they're going to be swearing at me if they already went out and bought it at my recommendation. Too bad.
Joe Bastard.
No refunds. I didn't pay for mine. I want to apologize, although, he meant very well to Green Van Dave. That was a very nice thing. All I did yesterday was mention, jokingly, that I wish somebody would have bought me the book, The Price of Loyalty by Ron Suskind and Paul O'Neill's whole story there, which it's really the Paul O'Neill story. All the rest is window dressing. And he brings it in, and I took that baby home last night in the book, too, and there's not much in it. I'm not saying I read the whole thing cover to cover, but pretty damn close. I just went pouring through it. There is one couple of pages that I'll read about one of the cabinet meetings. Do you know that all the cabinet meetings had to be scripted?
No, everything else he does?
Right. I guess because he's a dodo bird, the Bushmeister. So everything was scripted. Everybody played a part like it was a play, and it was all scripted out. But I'll get to that page. And another thing about, the blind man in a room full of deaf people and asking Andy Card to go make sure to get the cheeseburgers. That's all in there. So basically the media's taken the most sensational things in here and about the Iraq attack being planned up front, and we already know all that. I like Ted Kennedy best this morning on CNN with the hum man, Bill Hummer. Ted Kennedy is really... why can't he run again? We forgot about Chappaquiddick. We don't even know where to find it anymore.
If you had the opportunity to read the speech, you can start off with Paul O'Neill, who has put a book out and now has been bitterly attacked by the President of the United States, and ABC has got independent confirmation that in the discussion in the first meeting in the White House, they talked about the military option. All of the time that the White House was representing that they hadn't even considered the military option. That's just at the very beginning. But there's no question that this administration cooked the books with regards to intelligence. They represented that Saddam Hussein had nuclear weapons, weapons of mass destruction, that American servicemen were going to be treated as liberators, that Al-Qaeda was over there. All of this is false. But the point that I'm making is if they were going to go to war, to remove Saddam Hussein, and no one carries a brief for Saddam Hussein, but we have to ask ourselves whether Saddam Hussein was an imminent threat to the United States. If they were going to go to war and believe it, they should have leveled with the American people. They didn't. That's my point. And by not leveling with the American people, they show a disdain for the American people and for the institutions, and they misrepresented the intelligence and scared this country and brought us to war. And I do not believe that the war with Iraq is making the United States safer today. It's diverted our attention from Al-Qaeda and has not helped us in the war on terror.
You go, Ted. Nice going, Ted, baby. And he said that ABC has the corroborating story. It's on our website. President Bush ordered the Pentagon to explore the possibility of a ground invasion of Iraq well before the U.S. was attacked on 9/11, an official told ABC News, confirming the account former Treasury Secretary Paul O'Neill gives in his book, written by former Wall Street Journal reporter Ron Suskind. Don't buy the book. The official, who asked not to be identified, was present in the same National Security Council meetings as O'Neill immediately after Bush's inauguration in January and February of 2001. The president told his Pentagon officials to explore the military options, including use of ground forces, the official told ABC News. That went beyond the Clinton administration's half-hearted attempts to overthrow Hussein without force. In the price of loyalty, O'Neill says that from the very start of his administration, Bush was focused on ousting Saddam. Bush says his policy at the time was merely a continuation of the Clinton administration's stance. White House aides have suggested O'Neill, whom Bush fired in December 2002, is merely trying to sell books. Both the official who spoke to ABC News and O'Neill have acknowledged that Bush hadn't yet made up his mind for a ground invasion at the start of the administration, but they say officials were told to find ways to get rid of the Iraqi leader. Getting Hussein was the administration's focus. That much was already clear, it said. And Skippy is back in here again. Again. We're on here doing a radio show, but a big smile. Oh, he just did her again. He said, oops, I did her again. He just hopped on Screw-Ann back there again. Do you see the smile on his puss? From ear to rear. Even bigger than Roy. Wow. That's what she said. She said he's even bigger than Roy, which is amazing for a little guy like Skippy. He must be hung like a moose. So Skippy Van Moose. That's my suggestion to use. So how do you like that? So ABC has independent confirmation. They were starting from the beginning. We already knew that. We have the PNAC stuff. The American public doesn't care. And poor Bill Hemper was sitting there. You notice this morning with Ted Kennedy? And Ted, he just kept rolling right along. He wouldn't take a breath. Test.
You go, Ted.
Yeah. And it was great because the mainstream media they don't want to be hearing stuff like that because it's anti-American and they might get some pressure from the FCC and Michael Powell and all these other fascists in there right now. It's a pretty sorry day in America, boys and girls, but you know what? Who the hell cares? And Mo, get lost.
Live and local. This is 560.
The radio's all yours now.
QAM.
Well, she was just 17. Well, she was almost 17. Well, she was 16 and a half. But with makeup, she looked a lot older. Something in your hair just moved. Listen. You should try my God secret. Cause your perspiration smells. Whoa, don't come closer. When I get old and me winky don't work, many years from now. Hey Stu, this is Peter. Just see the way Ringo looked at me. Hey Stu, George just grabbed me and said, I wanna hold your hand.
You know what, boy, I like the way that ends. What really grabbed me yesterday, speaking of grabbing his hand, was that email that the Beast sent to Howard, to Moe Howard David.
Yeah.
Trying to, follow in my footsteps, and especially on the heels of a tongue lashing by his good buddy Clarence. A tongue lashing. Following that?
Yeah.
As opposed to the usual tongue licking, a tongue lashing. And tried to, say I've been an asshole and I would like to just, waddle around and do my business and, coexist. And, man, no chance. He can wipe his ass with that, and just all bent out of shape again. So I don't know. No, I do know. The answer is no, Mo. No, Mo.
No, Mo?
No, Mo. I can't handle it. I'm not going to,
No, Mo.
Yeah. That's my answer. Just say no.
You, Mo?
Yes. Because, why? I just can't be a phony, that's all. I mean, if for a lot of money, I guess I could be a phony, but something like that, no way. Now, what was I going to do? I got a great article here. You're going to love it by that fag. By Michael Signorilli.
Is that the one you were,
yes,
yeah,
touting this morning before the show? He rips Miss Fudge an ass, which wouldn't be the first time from what I'm hearing. Anyway, here's the second poll, which is the one that we're going to need your input on. And, of course, speaking of an ass, this is great. I was inspired by Edna Wallace on Passions yesterday. See my psychic powers again? Now, that's the one that people here will see today at 2 o'clock, Passions. Where she says to Beth, she says, if you look up the word, whatever it was in the dictionary, your picture will be next to it, which of course is a line I've been using for years, but I thought, well, if it's good enough for Mrs. Wallace on Passions, why not use it again? So here's the poll today, the second one. If you look up the word asshole in the dictionary, whose picture will you see next to it? And I didn't put anybody on there, we're leaving it wide open. Well, that's what Scran always does. She leaves it wide open. That's what Skippy said.
The barn door.
She leaves the old barn door wide open, man. You ought to see what's crawling around in there. Well, if you don't close the door, especially in this tropical climate here in Florida, you never know what kind of lizards and little creepy crawly things are going to be crawling around in you. If you look up the word asshole in the dictionary, whose picture will you see next to it? And you can put anybody on there, including me or George, anybody you like. But we're not putting nobody on there until somebody nominates one, right?
Right.
And then we'll make like a list of 50,000. Priest suspended on abuse allegation. Boy, that's bad. Cincinnati Archbishop Daniel Pilarczyk on Tuesday announced he suspended a former associate pastor of St. Albert the Great Catholic Church in Kettering. Kettering. After a man reported the priest sexually abused him as a teenager in the Cincinnati area in the early 1980s as opposed to the genital area. Pilarczyk placed the Reverend Ronald Cooper on paid leave after Cooper, confronted with the allegation late Monday, acknowledged he had touched the minor, but denied he had sexual intent. He just wanted to see how big it was. Like the abuelas. They were just checking it out. They didn't have no sexual intent. They just wanted to see if it was real or Memorex.
Cane-cutting barbarians.
Cooper isn't permitted to celebrate the sacraments or otherwise present himself as a priest during the investigation, it says. Well, how do you like that? Another one of them isolated incidents. Okay, so you can go back to hating me and loving Moe, all you Moe, all like Dennis out there. Whatever you like. I don't really care. I'm not going to sit here and be a phony because somebody cornered me in a parking lot and, and I admit I was wrong. I sat down and I listened to his bull crap and I should have done that. And now he's really going to go, no, well, you see that? I tried. I did my best. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. All you're trying to do is look for an ally, and you won't find one in this place. It just ain't going to happen. You have no allies here. Because your hostility. Here's a guy that's whining about, he's diabetic and stress kill. And he's right. Stress does kill. So why are you causing so much of it? Why are you inflicting so much stress on all the rest of us? The bullet in the head, and George came with an eyelash of getting canned if it wasn't for my desperate, flagellating attempts to make sure we kept him his job. Especially when that second kid was popping out. And we're supposed to forgive and forget? No, we do not forget. And we do not forgive. Like Don Corleone said, then I do not forgive. So that's the bottom line on that. I don't want to hear, I'm disgusted with it. And that's part of the problem of being here. Not to mention this studio where everything is all screwed up and the engineers are like, whoa, like you really want us to do something? We're too busy over here at KISS, and we're too busy at Power 96. We can't be bothered with you guys in there, you schleppers. With your high-rated show, it used to be high-rated, but Duff says 8 to 6 to 4. That sounds like a double play, don't it? Yeah, from the center fielder to the shortstop to the second baseman. 8 to 6 to 4. I'm going to get to that article if it's the last thing I do. And then we got, and also I want to read that, just a couple of pages from the Paul O'Neill book. It's really disappointing. There's a lot of stuff in there about, the tax cut and about, what an asshole and scumbag. But it's basically Paul O'Neill rambling. And about his wife didn't want him to take the job and what he did for Reagan and Nixon and this one and that one. It's not very good. It's very highly over-touted. Here's the poll so far, the first one. What's your take on Bush's space proposal? We got 170 votes in no time at all. I love it if he'll be the first one to go, 47. That was my vote. It's a wag the dog diversion, 42, which is also an excellent choice. Clinton got accused of wagging the dog with the all the other bullcrap with the Bosnia. Come to find out that we should be worried about stains on blue dresses, not about dead people in Iraq, not about trillion-dollar deficits, not about leave every child in the behind. Isn't that what Michael Jackson, he's involved in that too, working for the government in the leave every child in the behind program? What do you expect from a space cadet? 32 said that. How can we possibly afford it? 26. That's an excellent point. Bill Nelson really pissed me off yesterday. He was on CNN. What an asshole you are, Bill. And he was debating some guy who was talking about how ridiculous, what a waste of money is. Some science guy who was saying we're not going to learn anything, and we can get just as much information by sending like the rover and all the other. There's no reason. This is just a political dog and pony show. That's all. It's so obvious. And Bill Nelson, our Democratic senator from Florida. See, Howard Dean is right, man. Too many of the Democrats are like Republicans in the drag.
Right.
Yeah, they're like doing the Celia Cruz thing. They're running around in drag right out there in public. Anyway, how can we possibly afford it 26? I'm all for it. It's inspirational, only 23. Only 13.5%. Of course, those are the Bush lookers. It's no matter Bush, what Bush would propose. Oh, that's a great idea. I love it. That's what they would say. Because they're like blind men in a room full of deaf people. Baghdad hotel killings are a result of criminal negligence, says media watchdog. Somebody just faxed this in from The Guardian, the UK. A U.S. Army attack on the Palestine hotel in Baghdad that killed 2 journalists was the result of criminal negligence, and George Bush's government was partly to blame, said international media watchdog reporter Sans Frontières. Sans Frontières? Whatever that is. French. Frogs. In a report published today, RSF called for the reopening of U.S. Army inquiry into the shelling of a hotel, which was considered a media safe house and the base for most foreign journalists in the Iraq capital during the Gulf War. FCC asked to boost fines against broadcasters for obscenities. There we go. Now we're talking. Bunch of assholes. FCC Commission Chairman Michael Powell asked Congress yesterday for a tenfold increase in the amount of fines the panel can levy against broadcasters for indecent or obscene programming. Powell said the maximum current fine of $27,500 per incident was not enough to persuade broadcasters to watch their language. Oh, man. Some of these fines are peanuts, he told the National Press Club luncheon. They're just the cost of doing business. That has to change. So let's see, he wants a tenfold. So in other words, $275,000 instead of $27,500. You think that's going to change Infinity's altitude? No. But there you go. And of course, Representative Doug Oz of California, Republican, and Lamar Smith, Republican of Texas, proposed legislation that would ban 5 words and 3 phrases from the airwaves. One of those words being asshole. So let's say it a lot while we still can, okay? In fact, it's a good thing we're doing that poll today.
Do they have a list of those words and phrases?
No, not on there yet.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can find them somewhere. Somebody will find them for us. Oh, no. All of these things here, man, I'll save these. Otherwise, I'll get way in the behind. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. If you look up the word asshole in the dictionary, whose picture will you see next to it? WQAM.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. I think maybe I'm being the naive one, but
who's being naive now, Kay?
I'm just wondering. With Bush being involved now, I don't even believe of this. They're probably not even on Mars. Did you see Capricorn 1?
No.
You probably wouldn't like it because OJ's in it.
Oh, OJ's in it. I wouldn't see it if you paid me
I
by the
figured
minute.
that, but it's a good movie, and it goes into how the whole conspiracy of landing on Mars or whatever. And I don't even believe they've ever been to the moon. Maybe that's naive, but it just seems like, I don't know.
You don't mean the government would lie to us, do you?
Exactly.
Oh.
Look at the pictures from the moon. You don't see stars in the background of the sky or anything. Wouldn't you see that from the moon?
No.
I think you would.
Not when it's in Arizona.
Yeah. Okay. That's my point. Thanks,
Neil. Good luck to you, Pally. Little skeptic there. That's
Who
okay.
needs Art Bell?
What?
Oh, the moon landing was fake people.
Are you picking on Art Bell again?
Yes.
Well, to hell with Art Bell. Oh, somebody just faxed me. U.S. Army War College says Iraq War unnecessary. Didn't we have that on 2 days ago? Yes, we did. Thank you. Had it on 2 days ago. Thank you very much. Here's Tricia, a loyal listener, who says, I told you in my first fax, no matter what you do, Moe Howard will never change. He's set in his ways. You're right, Trish. He's crap. I apologize to myself, not to anybody else. I don't have to answer to anybody. I apologize to myself for getting sucked in with that crap. And everything could have been fine if he just would have left well enough alone. I didn't agree to, be buddy-buddy. I just agreed, we'll coexist, and everything is fine. He'll promote the show, and we'll, be, gentlemen. But no, comes in here yesterday for 5 minutes, and just a grouchy, just such a grouch. I'm trying to tell him life is too frickin' short. Look yourself in the mirror and try to understand why everybody in this building and virtually everywhere you've worked hates you like poison. That's what the bottom line is. And he wasn't even in this morning. I think God was punishing him for pulling off that crap on Tuesday, which all started with him saying, fugue you and fugue the ground you walk on. That's what it really started with. And I said, well, back at you, because I don't back away from anybody, right to their puss. But I should have just kept right on walking inside of the elevator and come upstairs here. But no. And he's instructing me, sit down. Just
walk away.
Yeah, he's instructing me to sit down. I don't take instructions from you or anybody else around here, okay? Including Muff sitting in there with his 2468, who do we appreciate? Well, obviously not us. Scumbag. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. We'll get this other poll built up here like crazy. How many names do you think we'll have on there? About 5,000.
Oh, at least. Although one's going to win.
Not Moe.
Nope.
W?
Yeah.
Oh, W?
Yeah.
Well, you can't call the president an asshole, can you? Only on this show, I think.
Yes.
Well, in fact, Michael Powell said on Neil Rogers' show you can.
For the next 5 minutes.
Until we do something about it. Like
to get rid.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
You drudge packing?
Asshole, asshole. Oh! That Wayne Huizinga's such an asshole.
Absolutely.
He yelled that bandage, that greedy turd, because he wouldn't take a shower with Hank Goldberg. Asshole, asshole.
Oh!
H. Wayne Huizinga's such an asshole. He's just like Hitler and Eva Braun. What's that he's pounding on? Essential and dread right away.
Oh, but he's a real risk taker.
You asshole.
11:01 at 560. Somebody faxes one of our, our most chronic faxer of all, this one, and says, if asshole be soon banned, please in honor of the biggest asshole, play the Wayne Huizinga asshole song. I surely would miss this top 10 hit. Also put him on the list, and we did. I got a short list here. I'm starting myself before we get to the creative audience. If you look up the word asshole in the dictionary, whose picture would you see next to it? Matt Drudge, George W. Bush, Neil Rogers, George Rodriguez, Moe Howard David, and Wayne Huizinga. That's my short list. That a good start?
Excellent.
Absolutely, good start. And this fax, this is so typical of South Florida, so sad. Neil, keep up the good work. They won't be saying that after I read this. Neil, check out this website and johnbuchanan.org. He's running for president as a Republican. He's from Miami. He's exposing the truth about Bush. I mean, so typical, yeah. So, and of course, who do you think this is from?
Mm-hmm.
John Buchanan, probably. Yeah.
No. No one would ever do that.
No. Just like our good friend, the traffic guy, Dave Slater. Remember when he was running for mayor,
Sure.
And they wouldn't even talk to him, and he was trying to use them. I mean, good guy, but try to use me in this show to pump up a non-existent candidacy. How many votes did he get?
About 30, man.
I mean, just leave me alone already, will you? Stop trying to use me
No.
they won't leave me alone. Well, Mo, leave me alone, you schmuck. Seriously, I'm not looking for any confrontation with him, and I'm sure he'll go ballistic on you. I don't care. I don't give a crap what you say. It doesn't interest me. You are what you are. And you spoil the whole thing. Everything was fine. Come in here grumbling and mumbling and ripping this one and that one. You don't like anybody, and maybe that's why nobody likes you. Maybe that's the bottom line. If you don't like anybody, why the hell should I like you? The only person you like is whoever's ear you got at the time. That's what it boils down to. See what I'm saying? So he got me to sit down on that bench and like, bada-beep, bada-boop, bada-beep. Yeah, well, screw it. Screw you. Philly pastor convicted of soliciting sex. I'll be goddamned. Oh, see, can't say that either. Better get them all in there next few months. A Philadelphia pastor who has condemned homosexuality and was known for using a bullhorn to preach at passers-by colleges was convicted of soliciting sex from a teenager. All right, that's the best news I've heard in years. Jurors deliberated for 3.5 hours yesterday before convicting the Reverend Craig Stephen White of criminal solicitation to commit involuntary deviant sexual intercourse and related offenses. Too bad he didn't hook up with Screw Ann. White, 40, who faces a minimum 3-year prison term on the most serious charge, showed no reaction. His mother wept and said, "He's innocent. He's innocent." Defense attorney Robert Donatoni said he was disappointed but not surprised. This was a very difficult case for anybody, said Donatoni, who suggested that the teenager was mistaken, confused, or just seeking attention. The charges stem from a stop White made in Westchester in June when he asked a 14-year-old boy for erections. The boy said White also asked him about strip clubs or adult book or video stores, later came back and offered him $20 to take part in sexual activity. I'll be goddamn. What have I always said about the finger pointers? The fag baiters, faggots, closet people, every one of them. White denied making any sexual proposition. He said he asked directions to a video store because he wanted to buy the movie Shrek for his children. He was just looking for some Shrek. White has preached on campuses against homosexuality and atheists, using a bullhorn to rile up students about fornicators, whores, and sodomites. He started a Temple University campus group called Soldiers for Christ, worked at a youth ministry in Gloucester County, New Jersey, began the Philadelphia Gospel Outreach Center in North Philadelphia, and was enough of a fixture on the University of Pennsylvania campus that the chaplain's office held a panel discussion about his methods in 1998. You know what his methods are?
Oh, I know.
He gets on his knees and he opens up his mouth. Now, moving on to the next one. Mary Hanford, mother of Senator Dole, dies. In honor of that, we ought to play one of those Bobby Dole bits. We will.
Play the good one.
Which one is that?
Bum Hand. Robert Dole's Bum Hand.
Is that in there?
Sure.
Get out of here.
It's in there.
Are you sure?
Positive. Trust me.
No, it's not. Robert Dole loses in
maybe
there.
It's under Bob Dole's.
Bob Dole for something. I'm sure it's not in there.
Oh, I know what it's called.
What is it called? Come on, George. It's only a 7-hour show. What is it called? By the way, Mad Dog's been kidnapped. He won't be on today. Anybody believe it?
So, like I said, I don't know what it's called. But I know it's in there.
No, it's not. We played it off the disc, and I think the disc is in Toronto. Mine is anyway. It's in my DCS. Ha! It's in mine, and it's called Robert Dole's Bum Hand or something like that. But you look for it while I read this. Mary Hanford, a civic leader and mother of U.S. Senator Elizabeth Dole, has died. She was 102. Hanford, who lived to see her daughter elected North Carolina's first female senator in November, died late yesterday at Rowan Regional Medical Center. She had an absolutely wonderful life, her son John Hanford told these. She was 102. Jesus. Wow. Dole, who married Kansas Senator Bob Dole in the 70s, served as a cabinet secretary in the Reagan and Bush administrations. She was Robert Dole, the senator's mother, your mama. So there you go. Let's see. How about, for the poll, it's just another way to subsidize his buddies in corporate America, take care of the aerospace buddies. Well, that's obvious. We know that. Let's see. The following is a report by the Army War College. Hey, David, let me say it again. We had that on days ago. Thank you very much. But we had it on days ago. The Army War College's thing about the war in Iraq was totally bogus. We had it on, but thanks a pile. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Jim Mandich at 2 unless he gets kidnapped. The humper at Crystal Palace, unless he gets suspended before 4 o'clock. Hurricane Hotline at Tony Roma's at 7. The big at 8 o'clock tonight, unless he dies. Eddie K at 10, unless he loses cab money to get here. And Joe and Mark overnight. Unless somebody makes Joe an offer he can't refuse. Boy, that thing with Joe Rose this morning, it was so sad. So sad, Bo. Don't pick on Bodo. He's too big. He's bigger than the Bodos. Okay, let's change this poll. Let's get with the other one, okay? There's no sense leaving us on till noon. We got the drift, right?
Sure.
Well, the other one's more fun, something they can stick their teeth into. They don't like this crap. It's a little too pseudo-intellectual. Who the hell gives a crap about the moon and the Martians? What's your take on Bush's space proposal, which he unveiled yesterday? Breathtakingly, other than we all knew about it. 237 votes. That's enough. I love it if he'll be the first to go. 65. It's a wag the dog diversion. 59. What do you expect from a space cadet? 41. How can we possibly afford it? 40. That's an excellent question, but don't confuse him with the facts. What's, another 400, 500 billion when we already got these $1 trillion deficits?
Got a great credit card.
And I'm all for it. It's inspirational, only 32. That same 13.5% stubborn. No matter what he says. If he says, go in the backyard, squat, take a big dump out there, then they'll be squatting, with or without their pantaloonies on. Now, wait till you hear this article. I better do the break. What break? Hey, this sales department here, you're another bunch, man. It's a good thing I'm here to kick some ass. Well, this place is just coming apart at the seams. And, of course, Clarence and Muff, they're, well, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? He's picking on us again. What are we going to do? A couple of emotional cripples is what we got there. I'm so whipped up I may even talk about that thing on the air. No, I won't. Huh? You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
We know something the audience doesn't. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to get anybody upset. 9 minutes after 11 at 5:60. I'll guarantee you're upset if you wake up in the morning and you feel like you haven't had any sleep at all. And the reason probably is, unless you work here, the reason probably is because your mattress blows. It's headed. It's worn out. And that means it's time to get you a great new mattress from Dollar Mattress. Celebrate the new year in comfort with a great new name brand mattress at an unbeatable price from Dollar Mattress. Call them right now. Dollar Mattress is proud to have added Stearns & Bananas Foster to their already unbeatable strong championship lineup. Stearns & Foster is the finest mattress in the universe, and now you can sleep on one tonight by calling 1-800-MATTRESS. And, of course, Dollar Mattress carries all the other top names, too, like Tempur-Pedic, King Coil, Sealy, Serta, Simmons. They got them all. Choose from dozens and dozens of models at low everyday discount prices. Or, as Wayne would say, they got jillions of models. Only Dollar Mattress lets you choose a 2-hour delivery that meets your schedule any day, 7 days a week from 8 in the morning till 10 at night. In other words, when you're going to be home, you want them there like between 1 and 3 this afternoon, they'll be there. With low prices, same-day delivery, free setup and removal, it's a picnic to see why Dollar Mattress is ranked #1 in customer satisfaction. So do the smart thing like just about everybody at QM is doing now, even some folks who aren't all that smart. Call them toll-free at 1-800-MATTRESS. 1-800-MATTRES or online. Check them out at mattress.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Coming at you. It's the GOP. White males, the majority. Dark and somber, just like our suits. Without the mellow, and that kind ain't new. We're all dull men. Robert dull men. We're all dull men. Robert dull men. Huh. Now we on Congress, we run the show. What Clinton wants, we just say no. Goodbye welfare, don't try to fight. We'll make white water, old Bill's demise. We're riding high, almost status quo. With Jesse Helms and also Sonny Bono, yeah, yeah, yeah. We're all dull men. We picked up 60 chairs, all the dull men. Wow, it's taken 40 years. We're on a roll, man. We have a contract with America, all the dull men. Let's look for loopholes. Oh!
11:14 at 560 WQAM. So what do we got on the poll so far? If you look up the word asshole in the dictionary, whose picture will you see next to it? Matt Drudge, George W. Bush, Neil Rogers, George Rodriguez, Moe Howard David, Wayne Huizinga, and Ralph Nader. The reason Nader's on there, somebody faxed it. I'd like to nominate, this is from Tucker, Chronic Tucker, Mother Tucker. Nominate Ralph Nader for your asshole poll. If he wasn't a selfish asshole, he could get in, he could be, what? How could he in good conscience split the vote and enable Bush to win the election? Excellent point, Tucker. Put on that bow tie straight. 56705. Now, let's see. I put that thing on there. It's already up. I voted for Matt Drudge, and here's one of the many reasons why. Column by Michelangelo Signorilli. Another queen, but at least he's out. Can you imagine the owners of the New York Times or the Los Angeles Times or Cleveland's Plain Dealer pining out loud for the mass extinction of an entire group of people? Let's say they envisioned the incineration of all gays, claiming it was God's plan, and had words posted on the web. At the very least, sensation stalker Matt Drudge would link the comments immediately, rightly whipping it into a major story. His zeal for fomenting scandals involving liberals would certainly overpower his obsessive fear that people might think he's gay just for defending gays. As if the rest of the world still doesn't know he's gay, even after David Brock's fugue buddies' revelations and Jeanette Wall's interviews with his former boyfriends. Drudge's openly gay compatriot, Andrew Sullivan, would no doubt take up the cause as well, attacking those nasty homophobe publishers on the left, railing on his website about what hypocrites liberals are. But if the paper in question is an influential conservative daily one that pumps up both of these right-wing gas bags regularly, and one that publishes Sullivan's work, then the rantings and ravings of its demagogic owner don't seem to matter. There will be a purge on God's orders, and evil will be eliminated like shadows, the Unification Church leader Reverend Sun Myung Moon, the owner and primary funder of money-losing right-wing Washington Times, said last week. The comments were posted online by Reverend Moon's webmaster and picked up by my blogger, John Kornfeld. Gays will be eliminated. The three Israels will unite. If not, then they will be burned. We don't know what kind of world God will bring, but this is what happens. It'll be greater than the communist purge, but all at God's orders. This isn't the first time this madman, who owns UPI as well, has thundered against gays and others. You may remember these ditties from the Mooney in Chief, which I reported last year. America is the kingdom of extreme individualism, the kingdom of free sex. The country that represents Satan's harvest is America. Homosexual and those who go after free sex are less than animals. If you misuse your love organ, you destroy your life, your nation, your world. If you stay away from having children, you cannot enter the kingdom of God. You're bound to go somewhere else. You can call it hell. These diatribes haven't stopped Washington conservatives from getting in bed with Moon, whose goal is to create a global theocracy a la Muslim fundamentalist and elevating his and his paper's stature in return for a cold hard cash for themselves and for their movement. George Herbert Walker Bush took $100,000 from him in 1996 for a speaking engagement, praising the Washington Times as a paper that, in my view, brings sanity to Washington, D.C. After Bush called Moon the man with vision, the Reverend gave him $1 million for his presidential library. Contrary to the claims of the paper's defenders on the right, a former editor reported recently that Moon has much more involvement in the paper than he and his apologists lead people to believe. Last June, Moon, who believes he's the Messiah, launched a special media training for church leaders with the Times staff. The paper's editorial page editor, former Newt Gingrich aide Tony Blankley, a man who tries to come off as a sane and reasoned, if staunchly conservative individual, even though he works for a crackpot cultist, is all over the talk show circuit, an example of how much influence in the Washington Times is beyond its relatively small circulation. On C-SPAN last week, Blankley referred to Wall Street Journal as having the nation's other influential conservative newspaper editorial page, clearly noting how seriously his paper is taken in the corridors of power. It's sleazy enough that a conservative would work for Moon and ignore his dark and courageous agenda, but how on earth could a gay writer take a check from a man who can't wait to see him thrown into an oven? Andrew Sullivan has reveled in his own idiotic claim that after 9/11, certain liberals, because they didn't agree with George W. Bush's policies, represented a fifth column supporting Osama bin Laden. Meanwhile, here he is on the payroll of a guy who'd like to see the mass extinction of his own people. Sullivan likes to think of himself as a gay rights activist. That's actually how the New York Magazine described him recently, but he only seems to activate when the targets are liberals. Bill Clinton gets the Sullivan Hatchet treatment for signing the Defense of Marriage Act, while the grossly homophobic Unification Church's leader gets a weekly column from him in return for a few bucks to keep Sullivan's increasingly lackluster and predictable web page afloat. Equally duplicitous is the sexually circumspect Drudge, who draws credibility from the Washington Times' numerous references and vice versa. He spent the better part of last week trying to frame liberals as belittling the Nazis and the Holocaust. For days he stoked a bogus story pushed by the Republican National Committee and the Wall Street Journal that claimed that the group MoveOn.org had created TV ads comparing Bush to Hitler. When the ads were gone from the group's website, the right-wingers claimed they had scored another victory as when they got cowardly CBS to ban the Reagans. In fact, the ads were not sponsored by MoveOn.org, but were entries in a contest the group sponsored, Bush in 30 Seconds, in which participants created ads illustrating the Bush administration's dismal failures. More than 1,500 entries came in, including 2 ads comparing Bush to Hitler, and all were available on the site for viewing. Neither of the overwrought, tasteless Hitler ads did well with the members who voted, and neither creators progressed as finalists in the contest. Celebrity judges chose a winner from the finalists, and that's why they and hundreds of others that didn't make the cut were no longer available on the site, not because of any sort of pressure campaign. Drudge and Company were nonetheless successful in spinning their lies into the mainstream press, with the lazy Judy Woodruff and others at CNN only too willing to report the RNC's talking points as objective news. Funny how Drudge blew up a fake story and expressed outrage about Bush being compared to a genocidal dictator, but then didn't find it newsworthy to link the comments of a powerful newspaper owner, cult leader, and Bush family pal who's actually calling for genocide of Drudge's own kind, no less. Maybe Moon had told Drudge and Sullivan that they'll be spared on Judgment Day, or maybe they just don't give a schmidt about anybody but themselves. What a great column by Michael Signorelli. Yeah, he don't pull any punches, that queen. I mean, so there you go. That's why I voted for Miss Fudge on our asshole poll. Oh, look at that. You're right. I think he's off to the races already. We got 35 quick votes on that poll. If you look up the word asshole in the dictionary, whose picture will you see next to it? George W. Bush, 19. Wayne Huizenga, 5. Miss Drudge, 3. Neil Rogers, 2. George Rodriguez, 2. Moe Howard David, 2. And Ralph Nader, 2. And now we need a lot more names for that poll. Don't let me forget that couple of pages from this book. Very disappointing. I don't want the van guy to feel bad because I really appreciate his buying the book, but after all the big hype, you know.
Well, just think how bad you would have felt if you'd paid for it.
Oh, like I said, thanks again a lot. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Joe Rose is being held captive by the Moonies. That's why he wasn't on today and won't be on again tomorrow. WQAM, hello.
Hi, want to talk to Neil?
Yes, sir, speaking.
Neil.
Yes.
How you doing?
Okay.
This doesn't sound like Neil.
Well, I'll do my best to try to
Oh,
sound
there
like
you
me. Yeah.
Now you sound like you. I don't know
Okay.
how you all right. I want to get your opinion on this new Bush insanity. Wants to spend $1 billion to promote heterosexual marriage.
Yeah, we got an article on our website about that today. It's idiotic.
I was hoping you. Okay, I was just hoping to get your opinion because I love hearing your opinion about things like this.
Well, I mean, what is there to say? The whole thing is so ridiculous, and it's just another waste of money. Another one of these the great moralizers are going to tell us how to live and what to do. It's we have a very lengthy article on that on our website today.
Oh, I was listening to I don't know. I think it's NPR yesterday night, and they had some sort of. It was really boring. This county meeting where they're discussing all of our debts that we need to to work on and all the projects that we have to work on for our public schools. And there's $1 billion that we need to spend on a project to get our schools fixed.
Right.
Why not spend $1 billion to actually get those projects done? What?
No, that's not what God wants the Bushmeister to do, man.
It's just amazing. So I just wanted to get your comment.
There you go. What's to say? Why should it surprise anybody? Well, we got his brother, the governor here, who's got his religious jail up there. When he's got Jesus is going to rehab all those prisoners. Well, what do you expect?
Well, go heterosexual marriage.
Okay.
Go Bush.
See ya. Go Bush. Grab that Bush. 5670560 pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQM. Hello.
Yeah. Good morning, Neil.
Yes, sir.
You got to put that phony junkie Rush Limbaugh for sure.
Okay.
Listen, you know about the freeze in the Northeast. Yesterday in CBS News, they had people on the street, they were saying, I'm dying, I'm so cold.
Mm-hmm.
And they asked Lieberman, he said, it's refreshing.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Repression of what?
I don't know. The cold weather in the New England was refreshing.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you let the Orthodox Jews handle it, they'll warm it up.
Well, of course, he's got a little thing on his head.
They'll cover it up with a talus.
Right. Okay, Neil.
Okay, amigo. Hasta que. Arrivederci. 5670560 pound 5. Nobody's even talking about Drew Lieberman no more.
No.
He got no chance. He never had any chance.
Yeah, that little horse race thing.
He hasn't even got a Chinaman's chance. Carol Moseley Braun. She pulled out today, endorsed Howard Dean. And let me say it again, Howard Dean, just when we thought he was slipping a little bit, and maybe disappointing quite a bit there in some of those debates. Last night, great campaign speech in Iowa. It was on C-SPAN. I watched the entire thing. He kicked some serious ass. He had Rob Reiner there in the background. He had Tom Harkin, and he had, what's his name, Martin Sheen.
Excellent.
Martin Sheen, the make-believe president, was in the background, who looks a little old.
Old? Well.
Wow.
What's going to happen?
Without the makeup on, I guess. He just turned only 95. He ain't so old. WQAM. QAM on line 1. It's working today, and you're still on there, but it almost never happens. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, can I talk to Neil?
Speaking.
Huh?
Speaking.
Is it Neil?
Yes, sir. Okay, now I don't have time to waste with you idiots, okay? We don't know how to make a phone call. Having to spend 30 seconds. Is it Neil? Yeah. Oh, no, it ain't Neil. Okay, it's not Neil. How many hours have we wasted with that crap on this show just in the last few weeks?
If somebody
just say something, okay? If somebody is honoring and dignifying you enough to even answer the phone, just speak your piece, baby, while you still can before they outlaw these conversations. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Kaka.
WQAM.
Yes, Neil Rogers, please.
Speaking, yes.
Neil.
Yes.
I was wondering if you happened to see Jon Stewart's show last night.
I don't watch Jon Stewart's show ever.
Yeah, I tell you what, he did a pretty good job last night. What was funny is to hear Rumsfeld backpedaling and trying to talk about how Bush had no plans to go into Iraq and everything, and how he admires Bush's brain and everything, which is a joke in itself.
Yeah.
And it was just very funny to hear when somebody's backpedaling, as Bush is always doing, or Rumsfeld trying to stick up for the fool, what a liar sounds like when they're trying to make up things kind of as they go along. They don't sound so articulated when they're backpedaling like that. And I just wanted to say thank you.
Well, if the media would put their feet to the fire, for once, but they just won't do it. In fact, poor Ted Kennedy was on there this morning, and the only way he even got his points across is he just kept talking. He wouldn't shut up, which was great.
I think you're doing a fantastic job, and keep educating these people to what's really going on in this country, and hopefully we'll get it right in this election and get this guy out of here.
Vote early and often, man.
You bet.
See ya.
Thank you.
Welcome. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. If you look up the word asshole in the dictionary, whose picture will you see next to it? 32 votes for George W. Bush. He's an asshole. George Rodriguez, 9. He's an asshole. Wayne Huizinga, 8. He's an asshole. Neil Rogers, 5. I'm an asshole. Matt Drudge, 4. He's got a big asshole. Moe Howard David at 4. Wow. And Ralph Nader, 4. Out of the first 66 votes. 66. You know what comes after that?
No.
67. Oh. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Who won that vote yesterday with the best character?
Archie Bunker won by 2 over Homo Simpson.
I can't believe nobody said Ralph Cramden. He would have won it by a
He was
landslide.
on. He would not won a lot. He was on there. He didn't win by a landslide. He had a few.
Oh, you're kidding me.
We don't mess around, man. We get them all on there.
Anyway, in closing, Bush is God.
Yeah. Okay. Great. 56705. See there, but it fits right in with the rest of his comments. Fits right. He's Bush is God. Praise Bush like Jesus. Get on your knees, praise Bush. You know, when he talks in this meeting about how disengaged, in his book rather, about how disengaged Bush was in all those cabinet meetings, and about how he was just worried about the cheeseburgers, you could have this guy, you could have the videotape of it with his, Bush is God. Sir, you're an idiot. You're pathetic. There's nothing anybody's going to say to you to convince you of the truth. All these people that are human sacrifices, this man is a butcher.
Yeah.
And like I said before, he was bitching about the butcher of Baghdad. We got the butcher of Washington as your president who stole the election right in front of your eyes. Right in broad daylight, right in front of your puss. Stole it. And now it's like a joke. Yeah, big joke. It might have been a little bit of a joke had he not been quite so malignant.
Right.
If you catch my drift. If he'd only been like maybe getting blowjobs. In fact, I mean, what would you rather have? That's a good poll. What would you rather have? A president getting a few blowjobs and maybe a stain on some bitch's blue dress, or maybe killing a whole bunch of people and making up lies to the American public so he and his neocons can fight their war and get that oil?
Sex bad, violence good.
How about if you have some oil on your dress? Oh, and I remember that young punk that called me several months ago, like back in about April or May, back in the early days, just about when that big Iraq attack was going on and wrapping all up, so we were told, and saying, thank you, Mr. President, for the cheap gas prices.
Right.
He was just rubbing his legs together thinking, this is going to be great. We'll have all that Iraqi oil. Gas is going to be like 20 cents a gallon. They're saying now this summer maybe $3 a gallon, eh? Oh. Thank you, Mr. President, for those expensive gas prices, huh? Thanks for the good gas. Speaking of gas, that's what you get from some of those supplement drinks. Oh, man. Some of them are chalky. They taste awful. But Enterex Diabetic is a truly delicious meal replacement drink that happens to be great. It's made for people with diabetes, but anybody who's trying to restrict their sugar intake can drink it and enjoy it. Enterex Diabetic, sweetened with Splenda, which is made from sugar, so you have no nasty aftertaste like you get with aspartame and saccharin. You know, I think Duff wrote that fax that we got yesterday about Rush Limbaugh and all that stuff. Recommended by doctors for people who can't sacrifice proper nutrition just because they're in a hurry. You're going to love Enterex Diabetic. It's a completely balanced nutritional supplement that gives you all the essential vitamins and minerals needed for a healthy life, plus fiber and antioxidants, yet it's low in saturated fat and cholesterol, too. Enterex Diabetic is also gluten-free and lactose-free. An 8-ounce can provides you with 237 calories of easily digested nutrition. You try Enterex Diabetic once, you'll never go back to that other garbage you were drinking before. You can pick it up all over town now. More and more people are grabbing it. Grab it at Publix, Walgreens, Eckerd's, Navarro, Sedano, CVS, other local pharmacies. And the makers of this product are so sure you're going to love Enterex Diabetic. They're giving away free, full-size samples in vanilla or chocolate to anybody who calls their toll-free number. 1-866-368-3739. Or faster yet, order for yourself on the web at www.enterexdiabetic.com. Just click on for free samples. Be sure to mention Neil told you to call because you'll get an additional special gift as well. Here's that toll-free number. Try it. You'll like it. 1-866-368-3739.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Behind the True Hollywood Celebrity Music Biography Profile story. They were a Danish band who poked fun at one of America's cultural icons. Hey, who said the Danish have a right to do that? They were Aqua. Singer Lenny Nystrom, who played Barbie in the band's famous video, spoke to us through an interpreter.
Yes, even though you only know us for Barbie Girl, we were quite popular at home. We once won a Danish Grammy.
Whoa, a Danish Grammy. Wonder what that awards ceremony was like.
And thine winner is Aqua.
Thank you.
Boo.
But winning lame-ass foreign awards is not all Aqua is known for. They were also sued by American toy maker Mattel, who owns the Barbie trademark. A Mattel spokesman spoke to us through an interpreter.
Okay, he's saying those how dare they things up with their those holes. Barbie is ours, you Aqua.
But Mattel lost the case. A victory for Aqua. They spoke to us through an interpreter.
I believe that's nya 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 nya.
Aqua. Those wacky Danish. Do they even know we named a breakfast food after them? It's a big, juicy, sopping wet look at show business. Tonight, on Inside the Behind.
11:34, 560 WQM. The Mad Dog at 2. The Humper from the, where is he? In the Bahamas at Crystal Palace at 4. Bush plans $1.5 billion drive for promotion of marriage. It's on our website. Administration officials say they're planning an extensive election year initiative to promote marriage, that's heterosexual marriage, of course, especially among low-income couples, and they're weighing whether President Bush should promote the plan next week in a State of the Union address. For months, administration officials have worked with conservative groups on the proposal, which would provide at least $1.5 billion. Here comes the bunny and there goes your money. For training to help couples develop interpersonal skills that sustain healthy marriages. It's a damn good thing that the Greeks and Romans didn't have those. The officials said they believed the measure was especially timely because they were facing pressure from conservatives eager to see the federal government defend traditional marriage after the decision by the highest court in Massachusetts that ruled in November that gay couples had a right to marry under that state's constitution. This is a way for the president to address the concerns of conservatives and to solidify his conservative fascist right-wing base, a presidential advisor said. All those Getchkis. So, several conservative Christian advocacy groups are pressing Mr. Bush to go further and use the State of the Union address to champion a constitutional amendment prohibiting same-sex marriage. Leaders of these groups said they were confused by what they saw as the administration's hedging and hesitation concerning an amendment. And by the way, I think we screwed it up because I sent the wrong address and never got to Eric. A couple of days ago, the story about Dick Cheney says he would support a constitutional amendment banning same-sex marriage, even though his daughter, of course, is a well-known dyke. How do you like that? There's Jeff Cohen in here sucking around for more free earplugs.
No ponytail.
Yeah, he dumped the ponytail a long time ago. Would you get with it?
No, I'm out of touch.
He still looks like the same to me. I tried to tell you, man. You won't listen to me. I tried to tell you people, I got to get out of this town. Can't stand it. All these people, but nobody will listen to you. It's not just me. Nobody will listen to anybody who makes sense. Am I right?
Yeah.
Try to tell him I live right out there, man. I told you, don't do it. Don't, with your help under it, and then try to lay it off on me, Blow it out your ass, Jeff. So anyway, there's the story about Bush and his another $1.5 billion here, $400 or $500 billion for going to the Mars and the moon. The sky's the limit. Just like Howard Dean is saying, yeah, beyond the sky, out there in the sky. Pluto's the limit, to the end of Uranus. On a credit card for all your grandchildren and great-grandchildren. They're going to be paying for all of this debt for a zillion years to come. Or like Wayne would say, a jillion years. Here you go. This is good. You got any tickets for that playoff consolation game between the Browns and Dolphins? All you want, man. You can have your own section. 5670560. We put Rush Limbaugh on there, but I don't think you sent it to Eric, who's not listening.
Let me make sure.
Well, I don't want to go through this again with him today because he's whining and complaining. Again. He's acting up again. And we're trying to get Josh Curtis to take all of this off his hands. In fact, maybe Josh could just take over the whole website. Eric's been doing a fabulous job, but enough is enough already. It's one thing to have a labor of love. It's another thing to get overburdened with it. Right? Love is great, but too much love is not. Just ask Joanne, she'll tell you. Becomes a pain in the ass. Especially that Skippy, she said. Man, oh man, she said you wouldn't believe that thing. If you look up the word asshole in the dictionary, in fact, we ought to put Jeff Cohen on there. He's an asshole. He wouldn't listen to me. Got greedy. What happens to people when they get greedy? They get burned. They get burned. Look at his fingers, man. Look at all the singe. Or maybe that's just that wicked weed. All that crap on the end of his fingers. What have you been smoking, Jeff? Anything good? Bring us some here.
Pall Mall.
Pall Malls?
Unfiltered.
He's been smoking Paul in the mall. That's what I heard. Anyway, George W. Bush is an asshole, say 63. If you look up the word, his picture will be next to it. Oh, whatever happened to that great George Washington Bush thing we had?
What's that?
It was on our website. You emailed it to me in Toronto a few days ago.
Yeah.
Didn't you ever send it to Eric?
I sent it to both of you.
I don't think did it ever make it on our website?
I don't know.
I don't know. There's just too much stuff for him to do, and he's got so much food to eat. Wayne Huizinga is in a distant second place with 15. The battle appears to be for second place. It's a place photo. George Rodriguez, 13. Neil Rogers, 9. I'm an asshole. I sure am and look at that. Moe Howard David, 9. I think there's something symbolic there. Matt Drudge, 9. She's an asshole. And Ralph Nader, 7 out of 125 votes. Long way to go. And we'll take many, many more suggestions for this poll. How about Rush? We're going to get him on there?
I sent the email. He'll be on there, and he'll move up fast.
I know. When we give a handicap, in fact, I think this would be good. We've had some other ones where nobody could touch Rush, but right. I think that W and Rush will be in a neck-and-neck, nose-to-nose, right-wing battle. Right off the right-hand side of the... And Miss Fudge ought to be up there, too, man.
If they only knew.
What a marriage made in purgatory, that self-hating faggot. Hope you're listening this morning, Matt. Time to get out of bed, Matt. Time to wash that thing off. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. You know that caller who said Bush is God?
Yeah.
Well, it's no surprise why he liked Ralph Cramden. They both wanted to send somebody to the moon.
They both what?
They both want to send somebody to the moon.
Right, that's right.
Hey, can I ask George a question?
Sure, go ahead.
George, when you lived in Kalispell, were you of drinking age?
I didn't live in Kalispell. I lived in Libby, and yes.
Oh. Did you ever go to Kalispell?
Sure, all the time to McDonald's. Hour and a half drive to McDonald's and played video games, then drive home.
That's what I do. When I'm in a mood for a Mickey D's, I go to Two Egg.
Did you ever visit Moose's Saloon?
All the time.
Oh,
not all the time. Been there.
Great place. That's
Almost
all.
got laid in Kalispell.
I bet he didn't know Russ the Moose Syracuse, though. Have a great day, pal. Get out of here. You're killing me. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T. I feel so much better now that I, unloaded that Moe stuff, you know? That baggage.
Unloaded some Moe stuff?
I loaded some Moe stuff this morning. Right in the bowl. Smelled just like Moe. No, seriously. I'm not playing that game. And I admit that it's weak. Sometimes I'm a weakling. Because generally speaking, I'm a pretty nice guy. I don't like being hostile with people. But he's just an asshole, man. He's just impossible. And he'll go on there, well, I thought, I knew this was going to happen, and he's a son of a bitch. I don't care what you say, okay? Because in this building, it's unanimous. It's like the woman says, oh, the whole army is out of step except my son. Yeah, I don't think so. The whole world can't possibly be out of step, and you're the one that's in line, goose-stepping along. 567, look at those phones flashing frantically here on Screenless 2004. Of course, we got to do the break, so you just, wait, cool your heels, we'll get to you. We'll get to you.
Well, we got to fit all these spots in.
Yeah, oh yeah, nice job by the sales department. If the sales department was spending much time selling spots as Scaranda's on her back there in the other room, we'd really have something on the log here. She said she had a log this morning. Yeah, Skippy said he wrote his name on it. 20 till noon at 560 WQAM. Let me tell you, if your car is like, of Taurus, as they say in Ethiopia. What do they call Ethiopia now?
Ethiopia?
Oh. EF Tire and Auto Repair is the place you have to take. You don't have to go all the way to Mesopotamia. They're at 5083 North Federal Highway, just a mile and a half north of Sample Road in Pompano Beach. At EF Tire and Auto Repair, experience the difference that experience makes. All EF mechanics are ASE certified technicians. They've got up to date with all the latest technology, and most have been with the EF team for nearly 20 years. In fact, the EF team has got over 200 combined years of experience. No job is too big or too small for EF, from a blown fuse to a blown engine. From a 73 Toyota to an 04 Bentley, EF Tire and Auto Repair does it all. All jobs are meticulously double-checked for accuracy by the shop foreman. Every car is cleaned upon completion of the work. EF honors most extended warranties, offer wide-weight service on most of your repairs, too. You can't beat them. At EF Tire and Auto Repair, they treat you great. They're at 5083 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Ask about their 90-day same-as-cash no interest credit card when you call them at 954-426-9926. That's 954-426-9926. Be sure and tell them that perverted old Neil sent you by, because they'll be real happy. Put a big smile on their puss if you mention my name. At EF Tire and Auto Repair, nationally recognized as one of the most successful auto repair facilities in the entire U.S. of A. People you can trust. At EF, their motto is, nobody cares more, and nobody, nowhere, will work harder to earn your business.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
With a wiggle when he walks. Sways with a wiggle when he walks. What is love? It's Lewis and his ponytail. The cutest ponytail that sways with a wiggle when he walks. What is love?
ponytail that swayed with a wiggle when he walked. What a lovely hair arrangement, really knocks me off my feet. Can't deny that when it's tied back, it makes him look so sweet. What is love? It's Jeff Cohen and his ponytail. The cutest ponytail that swayed with a wiggle when he walked. Sways with a wiggle when he walks. Sways with a wiggle when he walks. Sways with a wiggle.
Okay, 14 till noon at 560 WQM. Here's my close personal friend, Jeff Cohen. Just grab a hold of that thing and yank it a little bit. You should be used to that.
Neil, nice to have you
wow.
back.
You know,
How's that
after
better?
all of this time, don't you think we could get like a real microphone in here? I know that we're starting up again. We just got the computer on the way, but that thing is such a piece of crap. That's the one they actually stuck here for a while, right?
Right.
That real tinny piece of crap.
Yes.
You sound like a pansy.
Well.
No, seriously, it's real
Thanks.
tinny.
But it's shiny. Like
it looks good. If it sounded as good as it looked, you'd sound like Walter Cronkite.
Well, can't you use all those buttons and give me some balls?
No.
Okay.
Use the ball button.
Here, give him some balls. No, we could, actually, Jeff Cohen of the Pizza Loft in, Davie.
Davie, University Drive, the one and only.
Between 595 and Griffin Road, where things are still going strong, and that's all that needs to be said about that. Right. And you were just telling me, because I'm watching, they just had another piece on CNN about the low-carb thing.
Right, yeah, we're working on a...
It's just amazing, though. After my good buddy Dr. Bobby Atkins had that bad slip and fall and croaked, and now all of a sudden, man, it's like it's everywhere. You go to the bathroom, and there's a thing on your toilet that says, low-carb dump only, you know.
Well, what it was is everybody's found a way to make money on it, so now everybody's on the bandwagon.
Right.
In the beginning, it was him and his book.
Plus, it's better for you, and they finally said, well, you know what, this won't kill you.
Yeah, but even when it was better for you, when people couldn't make money at it, you didn't hear about it.
Nobody cared, right.
Exactly.
Now that Subway can exploit it, and now that you can, so Jeff's going to put a low-carb menu on along with his other pasta and regular stuff, which is going to have like whole wheat pastas and...
Right,
and what about veal?
Everything, we're going to have a separate dish. Like you could get chicken parmesan with no breading.
Are you going to use low-carb sauces?
I'm checking with the wholesalers on that. But even the sauce that we use doesn't have hardly any carb in it.
Please listen to me.
Yes.
You know my good friends at Delights up there in Boca?
Yes.
You ought to get in touch with them. Or your good buddy Skippy. I think I don't know who's account.
I know the Delights guys because they used to be in a different spot where I used to go.
They're nice Jewish boys. Anyway, get in touch with them, and they have sauces that are very low in carb that are out of this world. Mm-hmm. Really. That's probably the best product they have in their store, those pasta sauces. And they're just fabulous. And if you could use that, you get.
But even the regular sauce we have has very little carb in it. It's tomatoes.
Okay.
We don't add a bunch of stuff.
Tomatoes is carbohydrate, baby.
Shows you what I know.
Nothing.
Right.
Well, I already found that out in the last year.
Uh-huh.
So when does this start? The low carb menu at the Pizza Loft in Davie.
Next week. I don't know that it'll be printed next week, but we're already telling people that if they want something that they don't see on the menu, whether it's low carb or anything else, as long as it's in our kitchen, we'll do it.
Now don't let Rimmer eat there.
He was there yesterday.
Oh, see, there you go. Called me last night. Want to go to Ruth Chris? I'll buy. No, I'm not going to any dinners. I'm not going to your place either. I can't eat. I'm fat. Since I got back here, I became very fat.
We'll make the low carb thing for you. Or you could bring your shake. We'll mix it for you.
Yeah, shake this. I'll bring the shake of Araby.
No, Rimmer's very nice. I'm taking my kids to the hockey game on Monday night. He's got me good tickets.
If you're feeding him for free, I'm never going to speak to you
again. Don't feed him for free. He pays his bills. He just happens to be a very nice guy. He really is. Not to mention, I had never heard him.
He pays for his meals at the Pizza Loft.
Yes, he does.
50%.
No.
100%.
So, not 100%. It just depends. Sometimes I discount him. Sometimes
I want to know.
He doesn't come for that.
I want to know right here, right now, what % discount you're giving him for coming in just because he knows me.
If he comes and I'm not there, he pays regular price like anybody else.
Right.
If I'm there,
he sits in the parking lot, waits till he sees you driving.
No, not true.
That's what he told me.
If I'm there, then I'll do something for him.
He says, I know what kind of car Jeff drives. I sit out there. He says, I'm reading my hockey news. I'm preparing for the next broadcast. As soon as I see him whipping a lot, I rush right in. Hey, Jeff, how you doing?
That's okay.
Where's the ponytail?
If he does that, then I have no problem with it. But he doesn't
yet.
When I'm there, I just take care of him sometimes.
I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about what he pays.
if I'm there, I'd comp him 50%, an appetizer, nothing special, nothing that he can't afford to pay for to go there.
Oh, he can afford to pay.
He's there for the
house.
He's there for the good food and service.
No, he's not. He's there to schmooze for a free meal and to suck on.
We have a good time. We have some great conversations.
Can't you feed me for free?
No, he doesn't.
If I could tell you how many times he's bellyached to me about the fact that he resents having to even pay anything there.
No, he doesn't.
The hell he didn't.
I don't believe that.
My hand to Francis Ford Coppola, to Francis O'Hare, to Madeline Murray O'Hare.
I have no complaint.
He's really anxious for you to put him on the freebie list.
You know what?
Don't do it.
He really doesn't get anything that other regular.
Pay.
Right.
I charge him double.
Okay.
I would.
All right.
Just out of general principle, just based on all the money he helped me lose. I'm sure he doesn't tell you about that, does he?
That was a few years ago, so I heard about it back then.
Yeah.
Being that my memory isn't that good, I don't remember the details.
I'm here to remind you about it, okay?
Right. But I'm taking my kids to their first hockey game Monday night. Going to be very exciting.
Now, he probably got you some tickets, right?
Yes, he did.
Well, there you go.
And good seats. So,
he's
very nice.
He takes care of all kinds of tickets. So we got tickets up the ass because they just make up the attendance figures here. Big game Saturday, by the way, folks. Tampa Bay, that's a 4-point game. The Lightning are 7 points ahead of the Panthers in the standings in the division, and it's a 4-point swing, either 9 or 5. Big game.
I tell you, I'm dying to get good seats for the Rod Stewart concert.
The bad news is Nathan Horton's out for the season almost surely, yes?
So if anyone wants to, trade a lot of Italian food for some good seats.
Any of the hockey players come to the Pizza Loft and eat?
Actually, we feed a lot of them at Rimmer's house because he has get-togethers over there where they go to his house. And we've done some catering.
You feed a lot of them at Rimmer's house?
Right.
And who pays for that?
He does. He invites them over. He has a couple trays of food or whatever, or orders 6 or 8 or 10 dinners.
Rimmer is feeding the Panther hockey players?
Not all of them. He's got some that he's friends with.
Like who?
I don't know. I'm not a big hockey fan. I didn't even know who Rimmer was till you introduced me to him, other than a nice guy.
That's the point.
But starting this Monday, I'm going to be a hockey fan.
So many of these neo-wannabes now, just like Fat Rich. He goes to Joe Rose, he eats free breakfast with Joe Rose, he goes schmoozes with this one, goes to the track when I'm at, which I don't mind, he's a good guy, but it's just, I've got all these appendages, man, who their whole life is based on knowing me.
There's worse things that could happen to you.
Like what? Knowing Greg Reed. By the way, put Greg Reed on the list, Eric. Because, man, if anybody is an asshole, right there, this man has decimated this place. There was such chaos and such bull. And Joe Rose is not suspended, by the way. Did you hear that crap this morning?
No, nothing.
Good.
Nothing.
Oh, you weren't
listening?
listening?
I was sleeping.
You were sleeping?
I woke up 45 minutes ago.
You look like it.
Yeah.
You look like you're in a bag.
I'm trying.
Probably
No.
Wild night last night.
Worked
wild
late.
night for Jeff Cohen last night.
Worked
Probably
late.
his friend Al Goldstein got him laid with the...
Did you know he lost 110 pounds?
Yeah.
He had that stomach surgery.
Lost about...
he looks like a human being.
Lost about $10 million, too.
Yeah. He also got married in Las Vegas at that adult porno thing last week.
And? Last week, how long did that last?
They're still married.
Really?
Nice girl.
Brittany?
I got married at the
a little bit of a vision problem.
I got married at the Little White Wedding Chapel once about 20 years ago. Yeah. Same lady that does the weddings.
The same lady that married Al Goldstein?
No, that married Brittany. It was funny watching that on TV.
Great.
But
it's nice seeing you, Jeff. Thank God you didn't bring any.
You know how you're talking about the management here and all that stuff.
Yes.
It's just amazing.
Absolutely.
The mother of my kids went to get a car at Fairbanks.
Ex-wife. It's interesting the way you said that. Why can't you say your
because
ex-wife?
if it's an ex-wife, it sounds like you don't care anymore. But when they're the mother of your children, you always care because it's important because you want to take care of them. But I've been curious. She went in to lease a new car and turn in a lease, and she ended up having 2 cars when she walked out. And I can't understand how that happened.
Before Jeff leaves, will you give him Scott Peterson's phone number?
I have it on speed dial.
Oh, good.
So, I called over there.
Scott.
Yeah, because I have no idea.
Or Bobby Blake. He's got a lot of time.
Mm-hmm. I have no idea how it could happen. So I called the general manager, Preet Grinnell, 6 times, leave messages, just trying to get a return call, because I'm sure there's got to be a logical explanation. I mean, the days of rip-off automobile deals supposedly are over with all the consumer groups watching over it. So I know there's something that happened that someone could explain, but I can't even get a return call.
Look at this.
It's unbelievable.
This is amazing. And I don't know what it is they're selling. TV, Neil Rogers Primetime, Channel 69 and cable. This is somebody sent me this from eBay. Is it a poster? Is it a what is it?
How much are they selling it for?
Tapes. They're selling it for $2.
And how much is shipping?
I don't know, but I don't even know what it is they're selling. Is it a card? Is it a unused Max Rack Card, Continental size, minimum wear, excellent condition. It's just a card, like a baseball card. And already $6. I'll outbid him, man. We'll goof it up.
$8.
There you go. Can you believe that?
No.
That's the kind of racket we ought to have, selling a bunch of crap on the internet. Telling you right now, that's where it's at.
So
Jeff and I are opening up a low-carb restaurant in town.
There you go. Now, you have no interest in the restaurant business. We talked about that 15 years ago.
What do you mean by that?
When we talked about partners and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You had nothing to do with the restaurant business.
No.
And I don't blame you.
No.
Tough business.
I like this business better, especially when I'm not in town. Somebody nominated Bob Greasy for the poll. They said in 30 years. How many?
About 30, man.
Never met anyone who didn't think he was an asshole. Apparently the definition of one. Bob Greasy. And, of course, Brian. He's following in Daddy's footsteps. I wouldn't say Bob... well, everybody I know would tell you that he's an asshole, but in the year I worked with him on Channel 33 doing UM baseball, he was odd. Let's put it that way. Very distant, very peculiar, not especially friendly. And his son used to come in. He was 10 years old at the time, come in and hang out in the broadcast booth. His son turned out to be Brian Greasy, who keeps falling down all the time, dropping the ball.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
Dolphins next year, baby, all the way.
I wasn't even going to mention that. I was going to try to be nice to you with all the other problems you've created for yourself.
It was a
I'm going
great
to try to let you off the hook a little bit.
It was a
not a great
season. Yes,
it was not a great season. When you don't make the playoffs, it's not a great season.
You know what?
When your wins are mostly against a bunch of little girls teams, it's not a great season.
There is no little
How about
girls.
that- how
There
about
are
that
no
last-
little girls
how
in the
about that
NFL.
last second win in a meaningless game against the Jets on that last minute field goal? Don't try to give me a song.
And
That's
what
just-
about the
you're
last
starting
minute
to sound
loss to
like
New
that
England? They
asshole
could have
Moe Howard
won.
David now about the Patriots
could
are
have
so
won.
lucky in the
They
ball.
are. They are.
You're
It's just
full of
unbelievable.
crap. You're full of crap. They won 13 games in a row. They won their
About 6 of them by luck.
15-2 in their last 17 games.
Right.
No, but if it happens once or twice, it's luck. If you can pull out those games every time, it's talent. Okay, you're just pissed off because Tom Brady won't come in your restaurant.
The luck
If
of
Tom Brady
having
came in a pizza
the
loft,
backup
you'd
talent.
lick his ass, man, for coming in there and giving you a little promotion. And I'd
shake
be
his
right
hand.
behind you.
I'd shake his hand.
Yeah, and
you
I
could
would
lick his ass. I'll shake his hand.
I really would.
Okay.
I'd take a look at it anyway.
I'd have him take a shower
There
first
you go.
if I was
Well,
you.
Jeff Cohen, if you're real nice to Jeff, by the way, he will take you back to the executive showers at the pizza loft.
With a lot of
Now,
water
does Rimmer
pressure.
get to use
Cozy.
those?
You know those have 1-inch water lines? Powerful. Just
Yeah.
when I had the ponytail, it needed to get all the soap
Yeah, when
out of
Rimmer
it
was
quick.
in there, he said he saw an inch.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, it's been nice seeing you.
Okay.
You look 3 sheets to the wind.
No, not at all.
By the way, George, hook him up with that guy. He needs some good stuff, he said. Hook him up with, what's her name, Wilma, up in Palm Beach. I guess she ain't doing too much for Rush these days. So anyway, have a good time. And
Yep, Happy New Year to you.
Let us know
You
when
look
that
great.
news coming
Keep
out.
up
We're
the
going to be
good work.
delighted having you back on the air. Most sponsors, when they come back, they just show up back on the air. But you come in and, kill 15 minutes of the show, which is good. It's already
do the best
noon.
I can.
Okay.
I have to rewrite my spot.
Say hi to Rimmer. I don't think I'll be seeing him while he's here. It's 2 minutes before noon at 560 WQM. If your hair is vanishing, now Jeff's ponytail vanished, but that's because he chopped it off. But if your hair is vanishing because it went down the drain, on the floor, all over the place, everybody and their sister now is trying to sell you some other kind of a hairpiece. It's just amazing to me. Talk about low carb. This hair thing is all over. In fact, I bet you that broadcasting school guy's going to be selling hair pretty soon, because he's big on the holes in the head. Charles Alfieri doesn't want you to walk around looking like a silly goose like Moe or like Sam Donaldson or like poor Dennis Kucinich, who'd get a lot more votes if he looked like a human being. He wants you to look your best and your youngest, too, and you can do that with Charlie's natural hairline system. For over 25 excruciating years now, working with the famous and the not-so-famous and everybody in between, Charlie's been making guys look their best. And you have nothing to lose but that shiny, ugly bald spot that makes you look a hell of a lot older because you have a 30-day guarantee.
About 30, man.
You wear the piece for a month. After a month, if you're not really ecstatic about it, if you're not getting laid like every 5 minutes, get that thing back to Charlie, give you a full refund, no problem at all. And the price is already reasonable, but if you mention Neil Rogers when you call, he'll knock an extra $200 off that already low price. So call today and say goodbye to that bald spot. Get yourself some real great looking hair. Call Charles Alfieri in Fort Lauderdale. Toll free, 1-800-321-2413. That's 1-800-321-2413, or log on to that website, charlesalfieri.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Hey, God, it sucks.
This is Howard David.
When I take my Feldine, I listen to the Neil Rogers 12 to 1 hour, not George, 'cause he's stupid.
Hailing from rustic Mayberry RFD, he went on to become progressive rock's greatest and best-groomed artist. And now, all his best love songs are available on one CD. It's The Very Best of Pink Floyd the Barber.
Welcome, Andy. Welcome to the machine.
Every Pink Floyd the Barber song has been digitally remastered in this CD box set that's a cut above the rest.
Money, get away. Get a good job with good pay, and you're okay. Say you could be a barber like me.
The Very Best of Pink Floyd the Barber contains all your favorites, like Have a Cigar, Opie.
And if we tell you the name of the game, Opie. We call it Run the Gravy Train. Ooh, yes. I like games. Ooh, yes.
As well as this Pink Floyd the Barber classic, Run Like Heck.
Say, Barney, if they catch you in the back seat, they're trying to pick Thelma Lou's locks. Oh, Andy's going to send you back to Aunt B in a cardboard box, Barney. Oh, you're going to run. Yeah.
The Very Best of Pink Floyd the Barber is not available in stores. Call now.
1203 at 560 WQM. Happy Thursday, too. Tomorrow's the big day. 1 o'clock tomorrow, that fall rating book comes out. It's going to be really, it's D-Day, D for disaster. I mean, 8, 6, and 4, man. That's not good progression, you know what?
Whatever.
2468. Who don't we appreciate?
Neil.
Wait till you hear this. Lime Diet Coke hits U.S. stores. You got it in stock yet? Well, why the hell not?
Any minute now.
I could give you a plug and say, go over to the Pizza Loft in Davie Day and get yourself a Lime Diet Coke. You don't have it?
We'll just take some lime and squeeze it in.
Get it. Squeeze this. Struggling to boost sluggish soft drink sales in its key U.S. markets, Coca-Cola said Wednesday it's rolled out a lime-flavored version of its popular Diet Coke drink in stores throughout the nation. That sounds good. I wonder if it's caffeine-free, though.
I don't know.
You see what I'd be meaning?
Probably not.
Because like the lemon Diet Coke is good, but I've never seen it like caffeine free.
No. Or the vanilla Diet Pepsi.
Vanilla Diet Pepsi or vanilla Diet Coke.
Right.
But no caffeine free.
No.
The world's largest soft drink maker said it was backing its new Diet Coke with lime drink with a national ad campaign, including radio, magazine, internet, billboard promotions. The company planned to introduce the product in Canada in March, eh?
All right.
Diet Coke, the top-selling diet soft drink in the United States and worldwide, has gone through several line extensions since its launch in '82 and now includes cherry, lemon, and vanilla versions in addition to lime. And puce. And what about the Civet Cat flavored Diet Coke? For the Chinese.
They just squeeze the cat.
Freshly just squeeze the old cat. 5670560.
They're juicy.
Some of them, not the old ones. Pound 560 on the AT&T
for that.
And Verizon wireless line. How's that poll coming? If you look up the word asshole in the dictionary, whose picture will you see next to it? George W. Bush, 84. Rush Limbaugh, you're right, man. He's moving up the ladder fast. He's ready to make a challenge, ready to make a big move. Pop a couple more, Rush, 27. Wayne Huizinga, 26. Howard David at 19. George Rodriguez, 18. Yours truly, 15. Ralph Nader, 11. Matt Drudge, Miss Fudge has got 10. And Greg Reed's got 3 already. He just went on there, 219 votes, and Greg's got 3. All inside the building, by the way. Everybody inside the building's going to vote for Greg. Anybody seen him lately?
No.
Good. Let's keep it that way. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT. Don't let me forget to read a couple of pages from the important book here.
Okay.
The Paul O'Neill book written by Ron Suskind.
I wrote it down.
Don't go out there and waste your money, folks. I mean, unless you got a lot of cash. WQAM.
Hey, what's up, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Hey, 2 places I wanted to ask you about as far as traveling, Pittsburgh and San Diego. I'll just hang up and listen to your comments. Thanks.
Excellent.
WQAM, hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Neil?
Yes.
How you doing, Neil?
Okay.
How about OJ on your poll?
OJ's good. Did you ever try OJ flavored Diet Coke? It's good. Okay, let's get OJ Simpson out. Just OJ. They know who the hell that is. OJ. Hey, OJ. Boy, they suck his ass at this radio station, man. Bunch of jock sniffers. What a bunch of losers. This place is just it's like a nut house. These are rejects. These are people who they won't let in the locker room. That's this crowd. Not the on-the-air people, but I'm talking about the ones in the background. The little jock sniffers, the ones who press their nose like Petunia Pig up against the glass at the Macarena during the hockey games, just like Petunia Pig. Yeah, try to get a sniff. Oh, Stevie Weiss, can I sniff it? Ooh, it smells like lemons.
Muskie.
Ed Muskie? I thought he was dead. He cried that one time, you know. 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Remember Ed Muskie?
No.
Another Democratic loser. He cried. WQAM.
Yeah, can I talk to Neil?
Speaking, yes.
Hey, Neil, what's up?
How you doing?
I'm hanging in.
Okay, me too. I'm hanging.
Talk about hockey.
No. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. That was Danny Gallivan calling in from the other side. Yeah, it was a scintillating call, as Danny would say. WQAM, hello.
Hello, am I speaking to Neil?
Yes, you are, sir.
Okay, I wanted to know if anybody called you up about the Michael Moore appearance on Charlie Rose last night.
No.
Well, it was kind of interesting. I tuned into it on WLRN, the Broward Public Television. They run it between midnight and 1 a.m.
Oh, I didn't know it was on TV. I thought we mentioned it was going to be on radio yesterday.
Well, I caught the last 5 minutes of Michael Moore, and then I decided, well, I want to see the whole thing.
Right.
So I watched Charlie Rose on the Miami Public Television. Starts at 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Halfway through the Charlie Rose thing, before they get to Michael Moore, somebody at Channel 2 swapped the tape. And some boring author who wrote something else, there's some grainy tape. They didn't let Michael Moore appear.
Why is that?
I don't know. I tried to call Channel 2. They wouldn't tell me.
Sounds like some kind of a right-wing plot to me.
It could be. It could be one of George's people locally pulled the trick.
Wouldn't surprise me.
And quick nomination for the
George Bush
Admiral
or George
picture.
Rodriguez, yes?
Alex Pinellas.
Okay. Excellent choice.
I'm out of material.
Arrivederci.
See ya.
Alex Pinga Pequena is good. Alex Pinellas. Yeah, we don't have to have a zillion names on here, or even a jillion like Wayne. I'd like to see Wayne do real good on here. How's Moe doing? 21. See, people are like easing back off of Moe a little bit. Don't do it. I mean, do whatever you want. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I can only do what I want to do.
What do you want to do?
I just hate him like poison. No, seriously. How did I get sucked into that? I still can't believe it even happened.
Because you're a softie.
It's surreal. I mean, when somebody 1 minute is saying, fugue you and fugue the one you walk on, just hostile as hell, like I had taken a dump in his living room or something, and then 5 minutes later, coochie coochie coo, I'm sorry, I'm not into that.
You have a soft, gooey center.
Not for him. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. How's Ferrall doing? And I don't even want to go into it, the stuff he was talking about in here yesterday. See, next time you talk to your buddy Ferrall, tell him he'll never, ever learn who his friends are, no matter what.
No, you told him that, and he won't listen to that any more than any of the other stuff that he wouldn't listen to.
I mean, he's basically a good guy. People loved him on the air. Now, what's your take, Ponytail? I should ask you that when you went here, but don't come back. But what are you hearing about Ferrall getting canned off QAM?
I've heard
Zero.
Oh, no.
I hope your car gets stolen.
Well, don't take it personal now. And that was bad. You haven't heard one word?
No, he says no.
The general public doesn't hear anything. Only what you say on the radio is all that I've heard.
Well, what does that mean? No, but I mean, in other words, nobody has said, gee, we really miss him, or he was great, or nothing? Anything? Well, give me the honest answer. Don't concoct an answer that you think will be palatable to Jeff Rimmer. Give us an honest answer.
When it first happened,
right,
there was people asking me if I knew what was, like customers asking me if I knew what happened, if it's a prank, if he's coming back.
He ain't coming back.
Right, and I said not to my knowledge, but it kind of disappeared pretty quickly. I mean, he was in the market for a short period of time.
June, July, August, September, October, 5.5 months.
Right. I mean, that's nothing really.
Correct.
People listen to him, but it's not where you build a loyal following that's going to track. Like Rick and Suds to this day. We still get people asking, are they somewhere? What's going on with them? Because they were in the market for so many years. But it was different. He wasn't around that long, and the questions didn't last very long.
Those people are evil.
Well, whatever. 567-0560. I mean, he was fun. We had fun here with him.
Sure.
But he just, you can't talk to the guy. He just blew himself up. He he has a death wish. I told him that. You got a career death wish. You start a job, and 2 minutes after you start, you're looking for your next job because you know you're not going to last because you're going to do something to get yourself canned. And, boy, they sure gave him enough rope here, man. Even Mussolini would have liked a little more of that rope. Seriously, they gave him plenty of rope, and he just kept yanking it, and that was it. Especially when he was calling Duff names, and Duff started crying, Well, when it gets under 60 degrees, Duff starts crying, too. He's a very emotional guy. If you look up the word asshole in the dictionary, which face will you see next to it? George W. Bush, 93. Rush Limbaugh, 43, moving strongly to second place. 48. Who's great? The great 48. H. Wayne Hypinga. Boy, Rush walked by Wayne like he had a bald spot. We don't have to do 4 breaks this hour. We can do like 3. Right? Or does
okay,
that...
I already padded.
What do you mean?
I stuck some extras in
there.
No,
but we don't have to do that. I'm on a roll here now. We don't have to put a bunch of phony drunken spots on there, stuff like that. George W. Bush, 93. Rush Limbaugh, 48. Wayne Hypinga, 26. They're not too fond of you, Wayne. They think you're an asshole, and they know they're onto that crap. Even Eddie the Pope. I mean, when I saw that, I knew that the cat was out of the bag. You won't hear too much of it on this station because, like I said before, most of the people here are either on the Dolphin payroll or they're like got their head up the Dolphin's ass like ponytail in there. That's where he lost his ponytail. In fact, if you walk around, Wayne didn't grow a tail. That's Jeff's ponytail in Wayne's ass. When he pulled his head out the last time, got stuck in there. Yeah. We can do a DNA test. I guarantee you. George Rodriguez, or let's see, Moe Howard David at 25. Moe's right on Wayne's ass. I bet he'd like it. George Rodriguez, 19. Neil Rogers is an asshole, say 16, and I'm proud of it. Miss Fudge is catching up to me, and I'm running like hell now, 12. God only knows what that thing's got. Ralph Nader, 11, and Greg Reed still only got 3 out of 253 votes. They're going to get into this poll, believe you me. We'll get a whole bunch of other names, nums. And what do we got today? Take a look. Jim Manders was kidnapped by a bunch of Indians who used to be real buddy with Defoe, so he might or might not be on it, too. Seriously, Kim, we love Kim Bokamper. You have to say nice things. He's a big guy who beats your ass. But no, he is a great guy. But why do they get, and of course, Geldy. Geldy's so silly. He must have been on Laughing Gas this morning, Geldy. You didn't hear any of it.
No.
I know.
Well,
I did.
I mean.
Maybe he was just in such a good mood
because I've tried.
Because Mo wasn't here. He was just spastic. And then he and Bokamper concoct this thing about, Joe Rose has been suspended for something he said on here. Just keep listening, and Kimbo will tell you about it. And it just, The last thing we need is to be talking about people with getting suspended on this station.
Those people are evil.
Right, you got a good point. Let's bring him back. Come on.
Okay.
Let's give him one more chance.
I'll fetch him.
In fact, I might even, I don't know, I might change the poll at 1 o'clock. Oh, Eric will get really upset.
Yeah.
No, he won't. I want to change the poll.
Okay.
About Ferrall.
Okay.
I miss him.
Right.
I'm serious. I'm not just saying. I mean, I wasn't friendly with him because I was never here. I mean, friendly
a little bit.
Huh?
You were here a little bit, but
right.
not much.
But I'm just saying I wasn't close personal friends because I was never here all that much when he was here. I mean, like with Mo, you don't have to be here because to know him is to hate him. But like with Ferrall, he was fun. He was fun to be around. He was uncontrollable, and you certainly couldn't have a conversation with him because he wouldn't listen.
Yeah.
It was just like on the air. You're talking to him. He's doing that. Because I keep trying to tell the audience what you heard on the air, that's him.
That's it.
There's nothing. There is no difference. Off the air, on the air, what you see, what you hear, what you smell, that's what you get.
Occasionally, he would use fewer words on the air. Occasionally.
And once in a while, a few extra ones.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
Go f*** yourself. This station presents Real American Heroes.
Real American Heroes.
Today, we salute you, Mr. Super Bowl Party Crasher.
Mr. Super Bowl Party Crasher.
You didn't get an invitation. So you didn't know it was BYOB. And you're empty-handed.
Who drank my entire six-pack?
You, Mr. Super Bowl Party Crasher, have the gusto to eat the entire bowl of nachos. Yes? Hey, did you just double dip?
Now the salsa has cooties.
What's more, you also invited a bunch of dudes you met at the Gentlemen's Club.
Is it cool if they sleep over?
So the next time your wife's hindquarters are pinched by an unidentified drunk who's about to pass out on your couch, raise your finger in salute to Mr. Super Bowl Party Crasher, a real American hero.
Mr. Super Bowl Party Crasher.
Someone get a bucket, he's going to throw up.
All right. 12:19 at 560 WQAM. Happy Thursday to you. Now, how many breaks are we doing this hour? 3?
Yes.
Okay, we have no spots on log, by the way. If anybody out there would like to advertise on WQM, call Screw Ann Winnick if she ever gets her ass off the floor. That's the whole station. We just have no spots because we're like easing into the new year. We don't want to overdo it. Now, the Paul O'Neill deal.
Don't forget to read some of that book.
Oh, yeah. Ron Suskind, winner of the Pulitzer Prize, but he certainly ain't going to win one for this book. The Price of Loyalty. I don't want the green van guy to feel bad because I really do appreciate it. And you saw how I was overwhelmed by it. No, but seriously, I was very appreciative because I thought it was going to be fabulous, and it turned out to be less than fabulous. But I'm just going to read 2 pages, if I may, about 2 1/4 pages. Well, it'd take no time at all. O'Neill, for his part, received, this is the whole thing about energy and Kenny Lay and the whole deal. O'Neill, for his part, received 3 short phone calls that late winter, early spring from Enron's Ken Lay. In one, Lay advocated federal support of a derivatives trading markets for fuels. In another, he voiced support for global warming initiatives because they would favor natural gas, a big part of Enron's trading business. O'Neill also received a strongly worded letter of protest from Goldman Sachs CEO Hank Paulson about how the federal price controls in California were injuring the investment firm subsidiary J. Aron & Company, an energy supplier to California utilities. J. Aron pulled out of the California market, was not among the companies later to be charged by the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission with price manipulation. If process drives outcomes, an axiom O'Neill and his fellow pragmatists live by, this combination of confidentiality and influence by powerful interested parties would define the task force's analysis of energy issues. It meant, O'Neill says, that environmental concerns went virtually unrepresented. So on March 19th, at an hour-long meeting in the cabinet room, the president was hearing dark predictions about the economic effects of a looming energy crisis. Everybody played their parts, literally. For this president, cabinet meetings and many mid-sized to large meetings he attended were carefully scripted. Before most meetings, a cabinet secretary's chief of staff would receive a note from someone on the senior staff in the White House. The note instructed the cabinet secretary when he was supposed to speak, about what, and for how long. When O'Neill had received his first such note, he was amazed. The idea of a cabinet meeting or any significant meeting between the president and the senior-most officials being scripted seemed to kill off the whole purpose of bringing people together. He had been in many White Houses. He had never heard of such a thing. But by now, he didn't question it. At least he figured he had his regular one-on-ones with the president. Virtually no one else in the cabinet had that sort of inside track except Rumsfeld. For today's meeting, the stage direction had come from the vice president's office, and as expected, Dick Cheney went first, sitting in the chair directly across from the president. He talked about the task force's structure, its methodology, and the sources that it had relied upon. He said that the goal of Phase 1 had been to assess more clearly what the energy needs are of a growing country and how to meet them. O'Neill then talked, as scripted, about the way rising energy costs would cripple the economy and how the California crisis could spread to other regions, driving up energy costs for the coming summer. Spence Abraham addressed the beleaguered coal industry, which still produces half the nation's energy, and how rising gas prices could be caused by unfolding supply constraints in the U.S. Secretary of Agriculture Ann Veneman offered a short rendition of how rising fuel prices would affect agriculture. Larry Lindsay described how energy costs washed through many parts of the U.S. economy and hit certain areas of manufacturing especially hard. And around the table they went. Whitman was asked not to speak. Was not asked to speak. Same difference. O'Neill was watching Bush closely. He threw out a few general phrases, a few nods, but there was virtually no engagement. These cabinet secretaries had worked for over a month on detailed reports. O'Neill had been made to understand by various colleagues in the White House that the president should not be expected to read reports. In his personal experience, the president didn't even appear to have read the short memos that he sent over. That made it especially troubling that Bush didn't ask any questions. There are so many worth asking about each of the areas, O'Neill thought as he sat quietly, dozens of queries running through his head. This meeting was like many of the meetings I would go over the course of 2 years, he recalled. The only way I can describe it is that, well, the president is like a blind man in a room full of deaf people. There is no discernible connection. I just, there are some bombshells in here. There's a few here and there. But it's just, I don't know, there's just not as much, the hype was much greater than the content. But basically what he's telling us is that the man is a figurehead. He's a dodo bird. He's not running the country, which anybody with a brain already knows. That it's Cheney and Wolfowitz and Pearl and Rumsfeld.
Kenny, don't forget him.
Kenny Lay, Kenny boy. That cabal of right-wing neocons and big business rape artists. But hey, we don't care. We love Bush. We love Bush. And of course, anytime anybody says that to you, there's a word that comes to mind. Like that guy that called before that said Bush is God. You know what the word is that comes to my mind?
I got one in mind.
I can't find it. Oh, no. Where's the one where he spells it out? M-O-R-O-N. That's not even in here.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
stupid.
Oh, well, same thing. Stupid. Get the S8 in there. Stupid. Okay, let's get a few more names on here because we're going to change the poll at 1 o'clock. I faxed the other one, Eric. He's going to be upset with me. I even apologized on the sheet of paper. Sorry.
M-O-R-O-N.
What's that under? Just a moron?
Yeah.
Well,
spaced out, HD-MO.
You have no system, though, see?
I do. HD- all the Howard David bits are under HD-.
Yeah, well, that's where I was looking for it. I just don't like your system, mister. I like my system in Toronto much better. Well, I don't see it. Tell me again. What is it?
HD-M.
No, it's not in here.
How could I just play it?
I don't know, because it's not in here. I'll bet you your life on it.
All right.
It's not in here. You're dead. Anyway, should I read the poll for 1 o'clock now or later? Now?
Okay.
I don't know what inspired me to that. It was something that happened with Ponytail sitting there. It just, because I was asking him about that out of curiosity. And that book is coming out 1 o'clock tomorrow, which I think is going to be really weak. But we might get a surprise. Duff is in there hoping, as if he's got something to do with it. But, I think we really had something going there for a while. Maybe we did not. Maybe we were deluding ourselves. You think?
Oh, please, no.
What? You think we had something going?
Yeah.
We had it going on? And now we don't got it going on? I don't know if we got it going on now or not.
I don't believe any of this, so it's a trend or two, so what?
Oh, you mean the numbers?
The numbers, yes.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about some momentum.
Oh, the momentum and everything, and the excitement, and an exciting morning
and
show.
And the enthusiasm, and the fact I was following somebody that, like we had in the crossover. I heard a guy called Mad Dog yesterday and says, how come you don't ever do a crossover with Neil at 2 o'clock? And Mad Dog gave him an honest answer. He said, I don't do that stuff well. He said, like on the newscast. Oh, it's big in the, See, if I talk soon enough, I talk myself into something that I should have been talking about before.
Mm-hmm.
If I talk rapid enough. The Channel 6 news blows. With all due respect to our friend, the Blockhead. I mean, I love Joe Rose, but their newscasts are horrendous. There was that awful triple fatality on the southern part of the turnpike yesterday.
Right.
And they start out with a story right at the top of their newscast, and you hear the voice of a woman. I don't know whether she was like an observer, a witness, and she's saying, oh, my God, look at that car under that thing. Almost like it was some kind of a comedy bit. I mean, it wasn't serious conversation at all. And then you see it's like this mangled Toyota, and there are like 3 dead people in the whole deal. It was not a funny story.
Yeah, Channel 4 wins by default.
And then they sit and they yuck it up, and they're yucking back and forth. So anyway, Mad Dog says he doesn't do the yucking it up real well, like when he's on Channel 10. He just, that's not his bag, which is fine. Plus, he's only got 2 hours anyway. Why do we want to take up any of his valuable time?
Right. He should take up some of your time. You got lots.
No, we don't, I have no need to do that. Once in a great while, we have done that, and that's fine. But I mean, he and I are as tight as it gets because I've shown him the way. I have shown him the way in the promised land, and he's very grateful for that. Plus, he's. I guarantee you right now, this is another good poll to take. You know where they ought to do it? On the QM website. They did it once before, about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Which QM personality is your favorite? Remember they did that one?
Right.
And we didn't even get a chance to do it because Josh Cordes was told to yank it off before I came on the air.
Right.
Trying to make everybody else look good to sports. I still won it. I guarantee you Mad Dog kicks my ass and everybody else's too. He is so.
They love him.
And you want to know why? They love him, and what's not to like?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? In other words, he's not controversial in terms of like he doesn't talk about politics, and he likes ass and the Dolphins, and see what I'm saying?
Right.
Who don't like ass?
Nobody I know.
Right. So there you go. He's just, we'll do that one day. We'll get Josh to do that on the QM website. And, of course, Josh Clarence over here, the other Josh, Clarence Darrow. Oh, how dare you be manipulating our website? He won't say that to my face, but he'll do it behind the scenes.
We'll get his permission.
We'll get permission from Clarence to take that poll on the QM website. Maybe tomorrow. How many votes do you think will be on there?
About 30, man.
Unless, of course, we talk about, then it'll be like 3,000. Pretty sad. And that's because it's the same 30 people who call all the sports shows. Okay, so here's the poll. We're going to take it 1. And I'm not saying that it's going to happen because I'm sure it's not going to happen, but I'm just to see the general lay of the land, just for fun, like all of our polls. Yeah, just to see if you got a pulse. South Florida got a pulse?
No.
Should QM bring Ferrall back? Please, tomorrow. No way, he sucked. I'd love it, but it wouldn't last. Or who the hell is Scott Ferrall?
There you go.
There you go. Pretty easy. I know how to do a poll, baby. Believe you me, I've seen a few in my time. I know how to whip out a really good poll. Should QAM bring Ferrall back? Please, tomorrow. No way, he sucked. I'd love it, but wouldn't last. Or who the hell is Scott Ferrall? We'll get that one up at 1 o'clock. Or maybe even sooner. Let's do it now.
Okay.
Let's do it whenever Eric feels like it. See, I feel bad. Because now he feels like I'm picking on him because you keep telling him that. No, I'm just kidding. Jesus, what a reaction. It's just a joke.
It's because he thinks it's all for real and serious.
Whoa! No, he doesn't.
There's a long list of people.
He knows that this is shtick. He knows I'm not. Don't you realize what a phenomenal job he's been doing?
Yeah, I do, and I keep telling him that.
He has.
Yeah, we love him, and
yes. And I don't like to overburden him.
He thinks you hate him now because of that comment earlier in the show. I had to do psychotherapy in the middle of the show now.
About what?
Because you said that you were going to take the website away from him and give it a shot.
I didn't say that.
That's what
it was
you
a
said.
Joke.
And he
I
called
was
up.
Oh.
I should have a couch.
It's a labor of love. It's a labor of love. How many times have I laid eyes on Eric in my entire life? He's up there in Orlando with his lovely wife.
Once.
I've seen him twice. That's all. He's not going to schlep down here all the time, especially, I'm never here anyway most of the time, thank God. So I have nothing against him. It's just that you and he, and then, of course, when Beaner Boy was here, man.
Well, that was all him.
Talk about a cluster fugue.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't think I like that, the fugue thing. I like fugue better. Cluster fugue. Right?
Okay.
Well, fugue.
Is that some hockey player name? Fuchs?
No, Fuqua. I don't know who the hell I was.
I don't know.
That's what it's going to be, fugue you. I like that. Fugue is like too classical.
Soft.
Too soft and classical. Anyway, what do we got in this other poll here, the second one? We got a poll parade here today, man, a potpourri. If you look up the word asshole in the dictionary, whose picture would you see next to it? Now, we didn't really have as many people on here as we probably should have. Too bad. We had a nice select list. We have nothing to bitch about.
The important ones were on there.
Right, the important ones were on here. 382 votes. We'll get to 400 and then Eric can change it if he gets around to it. And if not, well, let's see. If you looked up asshole in the dictionary, George W. Bush is leading 107, so you'd see his picture. Rush Limbaugh's catching the commander in thief, though. Rush has got 67. He's running fast because he wants to see if the commander in thief's got any good stuff on him. H. Wayne Hypinga's got
about 30, man.
31. Moe Howard David at 29. George Rodriguez, 20. Yours truly, Neil Rogers has got it. It's changing again. It's changing. Oh, he just changed the poll before I could. Oh, that's it. That's it.
I'm leaving.
I had 17. I don't know what was after me. I would like to have seen what was after. Can I go back or will it not work? Can I,
He'll put it back up.
Oh, no, it's CNN Money. That's an article I have. Come on, put it back up there. Just fax it to me, Eric. Do something.
That'll learn you.
He did that intentionally.
Right.
I know that. He did that to say, see, you silly old man, I'll show you. I'm sitting here reading the thing. It would have taken like another 10 seconds. Anyway, the other poll is up there, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna vote for that. I'm not gonna tell you what I voted on there, please. I'm not gonna tell you. What?
Nothing.
No, that thing this morning really soured my whole life. I didn't like that.
Soured your grapes?
It soured grapes. That's what Don Cherry said. It wasn't good. It's so silly. It brings us down to such a level of juvenility.
Sillier than what's normally going on.
Silly is okay, but super silliest is not so good. This is your super silliest station. Oh, and why can't anybody just take a couple of days off? It's certainly no novelty around this place. Nobody's ever on anyway. What? The phone is ringing with Eric? What does he want? Leave him alone. Eric, will you leave George alone, please? He's got that wife and kid he didn't want. Just leave him alone. Anyway, George W., 110. Limbaugh, 67. Wayne, 32. Moe Howard David at 31. George, 20. Neil Rogers, 17. Matt Drudge, 13. Ralph Nader, 13. And 6A Greg Reed is an asshole out of 309. There you go. That's it. Now we can change it. Or, 27 till 1 at 560 WQM, your friendly station. It's a love fest.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The
American girls and American guys who only listen to the message from the Uber ride will have their table talk flying. As the troops come home dead, they find the comfort of denial hiding under the bed. I never served in the army, I'm too afraid to fight. So I sit right here near the TV, far from liberal lies. Under the covers you'll discover I'm a big sissy who would prefer to have some other do the fighting for me. Now this country I love is occupying Iraq, and all the suckers like me whose necks are red in the back have our tongues all placed firmly in Bush's big brown eye. The big mouth cowards of the world who gladly follow line. Hey, Uncle Sam, I'm too afraid to fight or enlist. but you can count on me to watch TV and shake my fist, and my flag will fly from the back of my truck like an idiotic, pseudo-patriotic dumb and my view of the whole wide world is what I see on Fox News. Yeah, I'm an armchair warrior who knows better than you. I'm an inbred jerk who parrots anything they say. Don't have to read or research. It's so much easier this way to watch TV or look at pictures in USA Today. With my finger up my ass as I tickle my brain. Hey, Uncle Sam, I'm too afraid to fight or enlist, but you can count on me to watch TV and shake my fist as I lower my fly so I can pull on my pud to proudly show the swastika tattooed on my nuts. The Saudis are our best friends in the world, not those Iraqis or Jews. Yeah, I'm an armchair warrior who knows better than you.
21 to 1 at 560 WQAM. 28 votes on our third and final poll of the day. It's up. It's in there. Should QM bring back Scott Ferrall? Please, tomorrow, 11. No way, he sucked. 8. I'd love it, but it wouldn't last. Wouldn't last. 5. And who the hell is Scott Ferrall? Foe. But that's a real early sample. Wait till the votes come in from the outlying districts. That's the first 28 votes. Orgasms at the touch of a button.
Squirt, squirt.
Not for you guys, though.
Oh.
Women around the world are being told they can now have an orgasm at the touch of a button.
Squirt, squirt.
The makers of Slightest Touch say their device can give women longer, better, and more intense orgasms. They claim their device can trigger an orgasm without touching a woman's genital area. According to, where was it? Was it on channel, maybe it was 6. They were promoting, yeah, it was some NBC network show. They were showing a promo, and granted, the woman had a skirt on, but the guy's got his hand right in her crotch.
Yeah.
Did you see
on
that?
Channel Sex? No, I didn't
Channel
see it.
Sex. And then after that, it got kind of boring. According to the manufacturer, Slightest Touch works by stimulating the body's sexual nerve pathway. Ha-ha. Women start by drinking an electrolyte sports drink 20 minutes before using the device. They then apply 2 white electrode pads inside their ankles. These pads are connected to the Slightest Touch device, which is about the size of a personal stereo. With a flick of a switch, the women literally, like a light bulb, they get turned on. The device stimulates the nerve, sending gentle pulses up the woman's leg for between 10 and 30 minutes, leaving women on the verge of climax, on the edge. The Slightest Touch does not provide an orgasm, said Sharice Davidson, the company's director of customer support. It gently stimulates the sexual nerve pathways, taking the woman to a pre-orgasmic plateau where she dangles on the edge of orgasm for as long as she wants. A couple of days. From there, gentle stimulation can then affect the orgasm. BBC News Online has been unable to get independent scientific verification that the product works. The Queen turned down a chance to try it out. But Ms. Davidson, who has used the device for 3 years, insists it's effective. She's been using it for 3 years, and that's nonstop. It can be of great benefit to many women, she told BBC News Online. I've been using mine for 3 years, and I just love it, she said. She said the product can help women who simply want to improve their sex lives and those who've got problems achieving orgasm. However, the Slightest Touch, which sells for $139.95, isn't suitable for everybody. It's not recommended for women taking antidepressants, those who are pregnant, or those with some underlying medical conditions such as heart problems. The UK's FPA, formerly the Family Planning Association, urged women to get professional advice before spending their hard-earned cash, $139.95. If women feel they got problems with either sexual relationships, it's better to go and get professional advice about the possible causes before spending a lot of cash on a special product, said a frigid spokeswoman. So there you go. It was probably really like Celia Cruz in disguise. A guy with a big, or some broad with a big strap on, whatever it is. It's something. How could you really tell with Celia? Even if you check the aspiratus, I don't think we'll give you the answers. She was many things to many people. 5670560, pound 560 on, oh, look at that, 56 votes. Bring back Ferrall tomorrow, 21, please. No way he sucked, 17. I'd love it, but it wouldn't last, 9. And who the hell is Scott Ferrall, 9. WQAM.
Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing? It's
Pretty good.
Green Van Dave.
Hey, thanks very much for the book. Too bad it sucks.
I'm sorry to hear that it blows.
Well, it's not your fault. You didn't write it.
I know. I still got the receipt though, so I'm taking mine back today.
Good.
You want to keep it, or I'll take yours back too?
No, I better keep it. I might find something worthwhile in there. Plus,
yeah, I didn't pick it up yet, but I knew you'd be on top of it in the book too. So
Yeah.
when I heard you say that, that's quite a disappointment.
It was pretty disappointing. I mean, I can't say in one night I was going to read the whole 200-page book, but I leafed through just about every chapter in every section and just searching and scouring for some really good meat, and I just it was like being in a vegetarian restaurant. I couldn't find much meat.
60 minutes hype, I guess. 'Cause
Yeah.
I bought into it.
I mean, I'm not saying that there's nothing in there worth reading, but I think what I read before, which took about 2 minutes, I think that pretty much sums it up.
Well, I'll just keep it in good condition and hold on to my receipt. Hey,
There you
Neil, I was driving around with a bunch of people a couple of weekends ago and had your Best Of CD in the car.
Right.
So I popped in. I had a couple of ladies in the back. Popped it in, and of course, you know which is the first song or the first cut. And one of the ladies in the back said, "I love this song." And the song kept going and going, and it was hysterical to see they
What song was it? I don't remember.
Would You Invade My Hole Tonight?
Oh, yeah.
So
I bet you did love it.
Yeah, they're listening to the beginning, and she barks out, "I love this song." And I sat there and said, "Oh, she has a surprise coming."
Excellent. Well, thanks a
All
lot,
right, Neil.
Dave.
Welcome back to town, dude.
You're the best, man. Thanks.
Later, bro.
He brought me the book yesterday. He paid for it, and I'll keep it. Now, let's see. Speaking of Enrique, which paper was that in? Do you see it?
No.
It's there's nothing to read in these papers. I hate to say that. I don't want to sound like a sour puss, but there's nothing to read in any of these papers. It's not in here. It's in the Herald, so I probably burned it. I got it here somewhere. About Enrique, important stuff. Did I tell you I got a personal Christmas card from Enrique?
Yes, you did.
Had something in it.
I get cards like that sometimes.
It was moist. Anyway, thanks, Enrique. Love you, baby. So here's the deal. Enrique may very soon say uncle. Well, this is old news. It's in the Herald today. It's old news. While both pop singer Enrique Iglesias and his father, classic crooner Julio Iglesias, are well known for charming the ladies, it seems the 87-year-old patriarch of the family takes the crown. Enrique's octogenarian grandfather, noted gynecologist Dr. Julio Iglesias Puga, is he wears a puga shell around his neck, is expecting a baby with his 40-year-old wife, Rana Kite, in the spring. He's, how old is he? In the 80s, don't say exactly. The new arrival, conceived after Rana underwent treatment at a U.S. clinic providing artificial insemination, means, oh, I see, that 60-year-old Julio Iglesias will have a baby brother, and Enrique will welcome an uncle nearly 30 years.
About 30, man.
His junior. Get the honey, Junior. Dr. Iglesias and Kite secretly wed in Florida 3 years ago. The dad-to-be is already a great-grandfather thanks to Julio's daughter, Shabeli. She got a hell of a belly, Shabeli, 32, who has a 2-year-old son. I didn't even know he had a daughter.
No, I didn't either.
I know Enrique's brother, who is like Ivory Soap. He floats.
Oh.
Love you, Enrique. You're the best, baby. You can't sing too much. Well, he used to be able to. No, he can't sing. But he's hot. And he loves this show. He's the one fan we can always count on. Even when all the rest leave us lying in the dust, which you'll see tomorrow. Boy, do you realize it's only 24 hours and 14 minutes till that book comes out tomorrow?
Whatever.
And then we'll see who's going to be happy, smiling, who's going to be crying. 94 votes. Should QM bring Scott Ferrall back? There isn't any chance, but just for fun. And, of course, probably a lot of the Ferrall people, they've already turned it off. That's what the Beast and Miguel were saying while you were on vacation. That really was so depressing. Oh, everybody, they all bailed out. They're not going to turn it back on until Ferrall comes back. Well, what is that? Whoever heard of such asininity, huh? Only in this place. Only people like your good friends, the Beast and Miguel. And I noticed the Beast never came back in here to bond today after I, sucked onto him a little bit.
You're right.
Didn't come back in here.
Maybe he's gone.
Maybe he didn't smile. We'll see tomorrow what kind of a greeting I get. Now, tomorrow when I come in, if that grumpy old man, I don't want any more argue. I'm not going to have any more debates with him. I got nothing to talk to him about. If he'll just sit in there and do his show, or if I pass him in the hallway, I'll, good morning, hi, or up yours, or, fuke you, or what. I don't care. I don't need to speak to him. That isn't necessary for him to do his job and me to do my job with the short time that I'm here, and life goes on. I just don't like you. Okay? I can't stand you. You're just evil is what you are.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say he sucks. 100 votes even. Please bring Ferrall back tomorrow, 37. No way he sucked, 24. Who the hell is Scott Ferrall, 21? I'd love it, but it wouldn't last 18. Kind of a mixed bag, which is what figures, huh? Brazil finds obscene U.S. pilot. You didn't see this?
Oh, I saw the news story. Yeah, I saw the finger.
An American Airlines pilot's been fined $12,000 for making an obscene gesture while being photographed at Sao Paulo Airport in Brazil. The pilot, Dale Robin Hirsch. I wonder if he's kin to Mitch Hirsch.
Sonny Hirsch.
And other crew members were arrested on arrival from Miami. Ha ha! What a surprise. They've all now been released. American Airlines has agreed to pay the fine, issued an apology. They want to apologize. However, the airline added the pilot had not intended to be disrespectful. Of course not. Brazil has been photographing and fingerprinting U.S. visitors in response to similar U.S. requirements for visitors needing a visa because they're pissed off. The incident occurred when Mr. Hirsch, 52, and his crew were going through security checks after arriving from Miami. Mr. Hirsch raised his middle finger as he was handing papers to officials. In an internationally recognized obscene gesture, a Brazilian spokesman told reporters, Mr. Hirsch was taken to a federal courthouse. Oh, I mean, talk about having no sense of humor. The authorities decided not to press criminal charges, but instead imposed a fine. He said, that's fine. Francisco Baltazar da Silva, chief of Sao Paulo. I'm telling you, do not go to Latin America.
No.
You might just not come back. Don't go to Haiti either. You won't come back. Not because you like it so much, you just won't come back. Francisco Baltazar da Silva. I wonder if he's kin to Chuck Baltazar, used to write at Calder. Chief of Sao Paulo's federal police said Mr. Hirsch had apologized repeatedly for the incident. Basically, it was a joke done in bad taste, Mr. da Silva said. 10 other crew members were also denied entry to Brazil after causing problems during identity checks. American Airlines has apologized over the incident. The captain and other crew members certainly meant no disrespect, they said. The incident comes amid diplomatic tensions between the U.S. and Brazil over these security checks, which came into effect at the beginning of the year. Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. How come all you spicks have got like 85 names? What is that?
Because there's only so many last names to go around.
Like Chin?
Right.
Yen? Yang?
Yeah.
Johnson? See, the black people at least got creative. I'm not saying so much with the last names, but the first names.
Oh, yeah, well.
Like Letitia and Kawisha and Shawana.
So due to lack of creativity.
Right. And I'm not oh, I see, by the spicks. Anyway, the Brazilian President, Mr. Yada Yada Yada, on Monday asked U.S. President George W. to drop the visa requirement for Brazilians entering the U.S. He's thinking about it. He's having another meeting asking for the cheeseburgers. Ari Fleischer wanted to know how come he ordered Trey for lunch. That's why he's not there no more. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. This thing with a low carb, man, I have never seen, you're right though, or the caller was right, marketing something? Man, I bet you Dr. Bob is singing a different tune right now. He's singing, I wish I could have been a marketer. I wish I could have had some marketing assistance. God. He had a great diet, great ideas, he knew his crap. But, and I'm not saying he didn't sell a lot of books and make, mucho dinero. But these people now put him to shame. They bury him. Because, I'm telling you, you can't watch any channel on TV, even the Discovery Channel. You can't watch any goddamn channel, even the Comedy Channel, for more than 15 minutes without seeing some other, low carb this and some ad for, everywhere. Now Ponytail's gonna have low carb.
And may I just say, as a not fat slob, that it's awfully boring.
What?
All this low carb everywhere you go.
Well,
all
you're
these
one of the
spots.
how many people in America aren't fat?
About 30, man.
And you're one of them. So pox on you skinny people. Okay, we don't have time for people who aren't fat.
There's one system. The Gila Jenny Ultra NutriFast Slim Watchers.
Yeah.
Eat less, move more.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm really moving a lot here. Sitting in this chair 4 hours. I'll go to the track and sit in that chair for like 6 hours. It's the same routine as last time.
Walk home.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk home. Good idea. I'll walk over to Mommy's house. 123 votes. Should QAM bring Scott Ferrall back? Please, tomorrow, 49. No way, he sucked, 28. Who the hell is Scott Ferrall, 25? And I'd love it, but it wouldn't last, 21. WQAM.
Hi, am I talking to Neil?
Speaking.
Neil, it's Al. How you doing? I have a suggestion for a poll in the future.
Who is it?
No, this is Alex. A suggestion for a poll in the future.
Okay.
Why
did you stop when you started saying it's Alex? You just stopped yourself.
Because I don't know, this is a brain fart.
Okay.
Which notable reunion will be the first to go awry, and I have three.
The mother and child reunion.
What about either Dan and Davey?
Too late for Moe and Neil. It's already over.
Oh, it's already over? I'm sorry. That was one of my suggestions.
It's finito, baby. He can kiss my fat ass.
I tried calling you yesterday. I guess I came a day too late.
I just don't like the guy. That's all. And I'm not, and I know he's going to be very offended and act very, it's him against the world. I'm not going to lie for him.
There you go. Well, good luck to you, Neil.
Thanks, Alex.
Bye.
Bye. See what I'm saying? I just have a little bit of a conscience. Not too much or I wouldn't be working here, but I have a little bit. And it's a lie. It's a fake. It's like a fake orgasm. You just can't do it. If you're a guy. It's just right. Not right. You don't feel right about it. Like, just express yourself the way you be feeling, and I'm not buying into it. It's all fake. And I got lulled into it and sucked into it. You just can't spit in somebody's face and then like 2 minutes later, kissy. Plus that peace, man. Wow. That thing stinks. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, let me speak with Neil.
Speaking.
Neil,
now wait a minute. You just did the same thing that the other guy did. Is you can say your name. I don't really care what it is, but why did you stop in mid? You caught yourself there.
Well, I didn't know if you wanted me to say my name.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Somebody might recognize your voice.
Okay. Well, I have a knock-knock joke for you.
Okay. Fives, we don't do jokes on this show yesterday, sir. You tried the same thing the other day. You're trying it again today. We don't do jokes, sir.
Maybe if he tries again tomorrow.
Although, like I said, next time you call, give your full name, address, phone number, and shoe size. Then we can go and have somebody beat the crap out of you. We don't do stupid jokes. WQM line 9, which is, and there's nobody on there. I bet you we missed a good one there.
Aw, damn it.
We're doing screenless this year. We don't want to have anybody in there sitting putting up with crap on the phone. It's more exciting this way.
Sure.
It seems to be working pretty good.
I mean, the effect is the same anyway.
I just don't want to leave people hanging for a half an hour, 40 minutes while they're on hold. I mean, this way, they can let it ring a little while, and depending on how much patience they got, then, good luck to them.
They don't get to hear the dumps.
And they don't get to hear and that's another reason that some of the people can't be bothered with all their foul crap, because nobody's going to hear it anyway. Ha-ha! How do you like that? Jamba? That guy is so boring. He's not as boring as the one with the boring voice, boring. Yeah, the whisperer. And then the other one, you miserable son. Yeah, oh, jeez. Such a boring fucking town, man.
And when they talk faster.
Yeah, when they talk faster, it's really got a chance to get on there much better. Although we don't dump that. It's so pathetic. WQM line 1, it's working great. Hello.
Yo, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Well,
talk to me, sir. Come on, you can do it.
All right, I got a question for you. What's the difference between the way that you act on the radio in the sense that you say whatever you want compared to what Ferrall was doing?
Language. He didn't understand.
No.
Because he and I ain't speaking the same language. Language, Pally. He just didn't know where to draw the line. And even though they kept showing him, here it is, right here, and he just kept erasing it, I guess. Not even close. Not even a contest. Plus the fact that these people don't realize how much stuff they had. 2 people sitting in there on the dump buttons. You can't have somebody on the air who doesn't know where to draw the line and have 2 people having to press the dump button because they keep saying crap or whatever the hell he was saying, which I don't want to repeat. He just, a lot of fun, but he just out of control. He needs to knock it down a couple of notches, but he won't do it. Eventually, see, that's going to be it with him. Either the day will come when finally, after taking enough crap and after enough, self-immolations, he'll finally wake up and say one day, I got to cut it out. Or it's just, he'll wind up out on the beach selling the Frankfurters off of a cart. WQAM. QAM, gone. WQAM, hello.
Hey, can I speak to Neil, please?
Speaking, yes.
Hey, Uncle Neil, how are you?
Great.
Hey, I had a interesting Dr. Atkins experience.
Okay.
My wife brought one of those indulge bars.
What?
The indulge bars?
Oh, God.
I didn't know they were indulge bars, so I just grabbed a handful of them, ran out the door, ate them. About 3 hours later, all hell broke loose.
Wow.
Brutal. Also, you inspired me. I adopted a puppy.
You what?
I adopted a puppy.
Really?
Thanks to you.
I'm going to get a couple of dogs and take a moment today and surprise John. I'm getting 5 or 6 dogs.
But some bastard abused him, unfortunately. He's got only 3 legs, but we're going to take
He's only
care
got 3 legs?
3 legs.
What do you do with the other one?
Ate it.
He walks on the top of the paw instead of walking on the pad of the paw.
Right.
Does that make any sense?
People that do anything evil to dogs like that, they need to be horsewhipped.
It was a pet store in Pembroke Pines, as a matter of fact. Magic something, I don't know what they're called. Magic Pet.
Yeah.
But anyways, they're bastards. So take care, Neil. Great show.
Okay, thanks for the good news. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Big 1 to 2 hour coming up, baby. You ain't heard nothing yet. We got the Mad Dog at 2, unless he's going to be held captive by those Martians that just landed. I understand that in the Bahamas they're having like quite an uprising, so the Humper will be on at 4 from the Crystal Palace, unless, of course, he's also being held hostage.
Right, by revolutionaries.
By a bunch of Castro revolutionaries. And then
This is Sports Radio 560.
And Joe Rose.
2 a.m. Buttheads, it's the 1 to 2 hour.
Take your God and shove it.
Good.
I ain't gonna worship him no more. I've had enough of all the primitive fairy tales and folklore. I'm getting tired of giving money away to all the Christian corporate whores. You can take your God and shove it. I ain't worshiping him no more.
Absolutely.
Well, I was a Christian, soldier of God, believer all these years. All that time I followed every word of the scriptures written by queers. Get your keys, say he's a powerful God and an all-knowing in a mighty way. Except in 9/11 when he must have been gone on a bus friend's holiday. Take your God and shove it. I ain't gonna worship him no more. Shove the you're alright if you're with us, 'cause everybody else is wrong. And I'm getting tired of watching people die in the name of an invisible Lord. So take your God and shove it. I ain't worshiping him no more. Take your God and shove it. I ain't worshiping him no more.
Thank God we don't got no religious fanatics in America, I'll tell you that. Like them towelheads. 101 at 560 WQM. Here's a fax that says this is going to shake it all up again. You're not going to like this. Eric's going to be really upset. It says, hello, Neil. Last month I asked about the streaming on the webpage. They just won't stop, you know.
No.
Since you're on the Eric subject today, you think you can get him to work on this little minuscule problem?
No.
I tried listening to the Neil Rogers archives on the webpage. It's frustrating when the connection drops. I have to start from the beginning of the show again. Is there anything you can do?
No.
Or ask Eric to fix or modify the show's archive?
No.
So the user can fast forward or jump to the next hour of the show?
No.
No. Thank you. You're welcome.
How about if I go to that person's house and bring all the tapes that we have?
Right. That's a good idea.
Find whatever they want to hear.
Okay.
For them.
When the show's over every day.
All right.
Okay. The only problem is there's no address or name or phone number or anything. So if they will just let us know who they are, George will come over at about 4:30 every afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Try to have them like a little,
have a notepad,
a little snack.
Write the time down.
Have a little snack ready for them, okay? Maybe a little, roll a big fat one for them so they can calm down a little bit. 151 votes. Should QAM bring Ferrall back? What do you say? Come on, let's do it. Let's give it one more chance. No? Please, tomorrow, 60. Who the hell is Scott Ferrall, 32? No way he sucked, 31. I would love it, but it wouldn't last, 28 out of 151. They're all over the place. But let's see. 60 say please. 20, so that's 88 to, they want it. They want it. Although at least they're still here, contrary to what Miguel was telling us. Oh, they've all turned it off. They hate you, Neil, and everybody else too. They want Ferrall. As if we had something to do with it, What the hell did we have to do with it?
So Eric says.
Even Moe said.
What?
During our moments of conversation. That he knows that I tried numerous times to talk some sense into that child, and he wouldn't listen to me. But anyway, yes?
One can jump around on the archives. All they have to do is wait a second until the show actually starts playing, starts streaming, and then one can jump around. That guy's a moron. And if the connection is going out, that's him.
Oh, and by the way, speaking of that guy's a moron, that's not in here.
Oh, I was supposed to go in there and find it.
How are you going to do that? It's not in here.
I'm fast.
But it's not in here. I'll guarantee you.
M-O-R-O-N.
Before he got like a half a way in here, I already had my thumb on it.
Joe Bastard.
Yeah. Just playing with your mind. What's left of it. 567-0560. I know. Pound 560 on the AT&T. I got to be honest with you. People think I'm joking about a lot of things. This place, this is, how did I ever survive that long in this building?
You didn't have anything to compare it to.
This is a bizarre joint, man. This is, there's nothing like a bizarre joint. God. Oh, speaking of joints, Netherlands shocked by first deadly school shooting.
Oi!
The Netherlands was trying to make sense of the first deadly shooting in a school after a deputy principal of a high school was killed by one of his students. A student of the Terra College in The Hague shot 49-year-old deputy principal Hans van Wieren in the head Tuesday in the school cafeteria in full view of many of the students. The critically injured teacher was rushed to hospital but later died. The suspect, a 17-year-old student at the school, turned himself in to police after the shooting, but has refused to talk about what happened. The Dutch prosecutor's office has opened an investigation. I think they ought to put that kid into a Dutch oven. Dutch Prime Minister Jan-Peter Balkenende expressed it,
I know.
his shock at what he called a horrific incident. Such a thing should never be allowed to happen in our country, he said. How about some other country, idiot? Balkenende and Queen Beatrix of Netherlands on Wednesday both sent letters of condolence to the family of the victim, said the Dutch Royal Information Service. The authorities wouldn't give any information about a possible motive, and the head of the school, Gerard van Miltenburg, told a press conference yesterday that he had no idea what drove the suspect to be doing this. This is not a problem of our school, it's a problem of our society as a whole. We can't protect ourselves from madness, he said. Whose school in the past had been commended for its safety record, not no mo. Almost 5 years ago, 4 students and a teacher were wounded at another Dutch school in Vighel. When a student opened fire in a computer room, all those victims survived. The survey that they took of teachers and managers to find out what this is all about said the rise in this violence is due mainly to verbal abuse and that incidents like threats and physical violence were not on the rise. Well, thank the Lord for that. In Nederlands and alstublieft. See, it's not perfect nowhere, no how.
Better them than us.
First to show you, man, when everybody's got guns, bad crap happens. I know that's you're not supposed to say that in America.
Don't say that.
But everybody and their brother's got guns. A lot of bad crap goes down. But it goes down easy. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. It's smooth. WQAM, just like cool cigarettes. Just like Salem. WQAM.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing today?
Pretty good.
Hey, I don't want to keep pounding the same thing you say every time about what's going on with the government and everything.
Go right
like
ahead.
that.
Take all the time you want.
You know, but I'll tell you the truth, man. This guy should have been impeached a long, long time ago.
Right. What are they waiting for?
You know, they've got all the evidence. They got everything in front of them, but yet they don't care, man.
You see, the thing that I love about Dean the best, and he said it again last night, he really went on a big whole hog on it, is that the Democratic Party has failed. They've sat back. They've been co-conspirators in helping him do all of this crap, and they're like Republican light is what most of the Democrats are. That's why I like what he says.
Exactly. They're all in the same boat together, so they can't be pointing each other a finger because you did the same thing I did, but in different other parties.
Right.
Basically, you know. And one more thing I want to hash, you know, nothing against the Jewish people, but since, you know, they had to retract everything they said about George Bush being a Nazi and all that, being yourself a Jewish man, don't you hate seeing a Jewish person drive a German car? Or
yes.
Worse, a Jap car?
Can't stand it.
You know, and then they criticize, no, there was a Holocaust, there was this, there was
right.
that. But yeah, why the hell are you driving a German-made car?
Amen.
You know? So that's all I have to say.
In fact, next time you see that, drive them off the road. Good luck
All
to you,
right,
pal.
Neil.
Do a good job.
Thanks
Thank
a lot.
you. Yeah. That's right. What'd you think?
They made amends.
Mercedes-Benz? 5670560, pound 560. Yeah, drive a nice American car like a Corvette made in Bowling Green, okay? And quit potchking around. I'm not getting that new vet.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
What's the perk?
There's no point. I don't need it. I'm just not here often enough. I like mine just fine. It's got 20,000 miles on it. It's got a long way to go, baby. Even them tires are still pretty damn good shape. What the hell do I need a new car for? That thing is it's like a fast Cadillac, man. I just love it.
Ashtray ain't even full.
Better not be. In fact, who the hell knows what's in it?
I'll be right back.
5670560, pound 560. Hey, and speaking of that, you better get, what's his name in here, soon.
Yeah, I was going to call him.
Because I need to find out what the hell that's all about, because I'm not going to leave here with just my thing in my hand, like Santino, you know? WQAM.
Yeah, I'd like to be on.
I beg your pardon?
I'd like to be on.
You're on.
Yeah, stay away from my boyfriend, okay?
WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Yes, my name is Robert. I'm a first-time caller.
Yes, sir.
I'm just curious to know your opinion. I know while George Bush is in office, he's never going to address the health care issue in this country.
Correct.
And I'd just like to know what your opinion is on the healthcare situation. And
how come America is the only westernized country that doesn't have universal health care? Can you answer me that question, sir?
I have no idea, but I agree with you 100%.
And how come they're saying that the drugs in Canada are like, going to poison everybody, and they certainly don't want American consumers to save money. They want everybody to roll over and be raped and ripped off by the pharmaceutical companies. Why is that? And I'm going to tell you why, because they're a bunch of grave robbers, sir. And I guarantee you that when you buy your prescription drug in Canada, it's exactly the same. In fact, it comes from the same company, from the same assembly line, from the same bottle that it comes from when you buy it at Walgreens or Records.
I agree with you. I'm sure
because they're a bunch of liars and grave robbers, sir. And the fact that this government is so overtly and blatantly big business, and the fact that little people and middle class people are sitting there sucking their ass, it goes to show you people get what they deserve.
You're right, and believe me, it's one of my biggest concerns, and I'm sure it's a lot of Americans' concerns.
Right.
And I wish there was just absolutely something this government would do about it.
Well, vote for Howard Dean 10 or 20 times, and let's see what we can get done.
You got it.
Thanks.
Have a nice
that's
day.
another thing, the Democratic Party just absolutely taking a dump in that last midterm election, just sucking wind. Pathetic. We really do need it. If they screw it up again this year, then we need another party. Let's have one.
Okay. I'll bring something.
Ponytail cater it. And by the way, Rimmer has to pay double. How do you like that? That business of people, that entitlement. Well, I'm Neil's friend. Well, what the hell's that got to do with it? I got plenty of friends. They don't go and sucking around for free meals just because they happen to live across the street. The rumor I'm hearing is that he moved across the street from there just so we can get free meals.
Gee, he wouldn't do that, would he?
Yes. That's the rumor I'm hearing. That he moved right in the hood so that because he knew Jeff was there, he was like a captive audience. When did he say he was there? Just yesterday. And then, of course, he's got all the hockey players in there. Oh, come on, give me. Terrible. Just shameless. Speaking of Canadian Jews that drive foreign cars. It's 11 past 1 at 560 WQM. Hey, I'll tell you one thing. If you feel like crap, that means you probably didn't get a good night's sleep last night, which also means you're not getting a good night's sleep any night. Because your mattress doesn't make a recovery. It doesn't heal. It's not like a sore. It doesn't heal up. So if your mattress finally gets to that point where it's like lumpy and bumpy, it ain't going to get no better unless you do something about it, which means make that one easy call to Dollar Mattress, toll-free, 1-800-MATTRESS. Celebrate this new year in real comfort for months and years to come with a great name brand mattress from our friends at Dollar Mattress. Nobody gives you a better deal all the way around. And Dollar Mattress now is proud to have added Stearns & Foster to their already unbeatable championship lineup. Stearns & Foster Hewitt is the finest mattress made in America, and now you can sleep on one tonight by calling toll-free 1-800-MATTRESS. And, of course, they also carry the complete line of Sealy, Serta, Simmons, King Coral, and Tempur-Pedic. Choose from dozens of models at low everyday discount prices. Only Dollar Mattress lets you choose that 2-hour delivery window. That's right. You can hop right through that window, and they'll be there. Any day of the week, 7 days from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., like noon to 2, 2 to 4, 3 to 5. You pick the time, they'll show up. So with low prices, same-day delivery, free setup and removal, it's a piece of cake to see that Dollar Mattress is the best in the universe anywhere all the way around. So we'll do what I've been doing for years. George is doing it. Orlando Alzaquiri is probably doing it, ain't he?
Somewhere.
Yeah, he's doing it somewhere. Miguel, well, all of them speaks, they're all, it's the same thing. Call up Dollar Mattress today and you'll be sleeping and doing it in comfort tonight. Call 1-800-MATTRESS, 1-800-MATTRESS, or check them out on that wicked World Wide Web at mattress.com.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Talent.
Absolutely.
Estoy muriendo aquí.
I'm a big rock star in my big time. Yes, I've made it. While my guitar loudly reads, I make big bucks with my axe, but I can't play it. Yes, my guitar loudly reads. I have no talent, but great public relations. Plus, I'm in heavy rotation on MTV. All right. I can't just smile and sell 1 million copies with hair so sloppy and my ripped jeans. I lip sync and strum some vocal chords. Yes, I fake it. And my guitar
Ascent in 2001, I believe it was. Or was it in January of 2001? When George Harrison croaked? I forget. In 2001, he died. He's still dead, by the way. He's rotting in a box somewhere. It's 117 at 560. I mean, that's cruel to say that, but I think it's about time we start being like more mature and adult in this world.
No.
Doesn't that help?
No.
I mean, innocent people are dying because of all the gobbledygook and superstition and crap. And, he's going to, just like the thing with Brett Favre's father. Well, what's Brett Favre's father saying up there now that he threw that terrible interception in overtime and the Packers lost that playoff game, huh? What's he saying up there now? Maybe he gently weeps too. Why did he weep? I mean, come on, grow up, people, will you please? For example, Al-Qaeda passenger, an innocent Indian leather garment exporter, the Al-Qaeda part in quotes. An Indian Muslim at the center of a terrorism scare on transatlantic flights is an innocent leather garment exporter.
I don't believe it.
They didn't like him because he had that curry aroma, that Kid Curry smell. Do you ever sniff Kid Curry?
Sure, just this morning.
The man whose full name is Abdul Hai Mohammed Ilyas.
No, scumbag.
Abdul Jeff Hai
Sure.
Mohammed Ilyas.
Ilion.
You know how they knew that he was bad news?
Hiya, Pally!
That's the first thing he said on the plane. Is based in the southern Indian city of Madras with business interest in U.S. and Europe, which requires frequent air travel, Indian investigators said. Ilyas' name phonetically matches that of Al-Qaeda operative Mulvi Abdul Hai, as in,
Hiya, Pally!
wanted since 2002. Hi, Mulvi. The confusion began when U.S. intelligence agencies scanning airline passenger manifests picked out Ilya's name. I wonder if he's kin to Ilya Kovalchuk.
Who?
Boy, they can't score into an empty net, Atlanta. Boy, they're got problems. Listed for travel on an Air France, Paris-LA flight December 24th as a possible match for High.
Hiya, Pally!
Wanted since 2002. The suspicions of internet. See, this is, they're just trying to cover it up. Remember the French said there was no such person on there.
Right.
There were no terrorists on there. Just keeping the people right on edge, keeping everybody peeing in their pants. Just because the guy ate a little bit too much chicken curry for lunch, and right away, bada beep, bada boop, bada bop, Al-Qaeda, Al-Qaeda. Man. Terrible. Let's get back to that third poll, man. This is big.
You turd.
202 votes in about 40 minutes. That's fairly impressive, wouldn't you say?
Impressive.
Considering they're all listening to Rush now. Oh, and speaking of that.
Yeah.
You know what I did yesterday? I left here.
You listened to Rush.
Mad Dog was on. He went into a commercial break. For the first time in years, I punched over to IOD and there was Rush. And that asshole phony faxer yesterday, which I still think muffed it, about, Rush does this and he was reading a long, ponderous article. Wow. And he doesn't just read it. He pontificates. And Bush told U.S. imposed policies are perverse. He just talks down to everybody.
Yeah.
He shouts. He doesn't read anything. He shouts. His whole show is just pomposity. It's 3 hours of pompous acidity every day.
I used to have to play those tapes when I was a
Well, my friends, blah, 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 Latin American. I mean, Jesus, God. Anybody that would buy into that crap needs mental
when you sound
health.
that way.
Yeah.
It's got to be true.
Oh, is that it?
Sure.
So in other words, if you talk in a very condescending way, that means you must know what you're in a Condoleezza way.
Who else would sound that way?
Schmidt. You know what he said yesterday?
Hiya, Pally!
208 votes on the Ferrall poll. Come on, let's bring him back. Just sneak him in there when nobody's paying any attention.
I hope your car gets stolen.
Should QM bring Ferrall back? Please, and actually he's in here. See, they think that's on tape. He's here. Please, tomorrow, 76. See, if Bo Kemper can make stuff up, why can't I? Ferrall returns tomorrow, 8 to 10.
Oh!
Right?
Sure.
Why can't I make stuff up?
Not that you ever would.
Not that we have a sports nerd show with a bunch of real silly people listening. Our people are real serious. Chamba? Please bring him back tomorrow, 76. No way he sucked, 49. Who the hell is Scott Ferrall, 42? And I love it, but it wouldn't last, 41. I think that last 41, I think they got, they like it, but they know there ain't no way. Just it wouldn't last.
Wouldn't start.
How do you know that? Stranger things have happened. I think he's out there in the hall right now, talking to the middle management people.
Those people are evil.
Well, we know that. 21 past 1. Let's get this phone smoking here, baby. It's your day. It's your deal. 567-0560. As they say in the poker room at Pompano Park, it's your deal. Pound 560. You ought to see the age of those people. Wow. WQAM, hello.
No change.
All right, Don. That was Don. Wasn't that Don?
Was that Don?
No, it was Stan Major.
I think that was Don. Put it back.
What time's the Stan Major show on? How many hours, how many days a week is he on?
About 30, man.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, Doug. Nice to meet you.
Yes, sir.
Hiya, Polly.
WQAM, hello.
Can I talk to Neil?
Speaking. Aren't they good?
Oh, I love it.
I told you, we got nothing but mature, intelligent
put one
people
over
listening to
on
the show.
both of
Let's
us.
get C-SPAN in here to hear the profound comments. We haven't had one woman today. Not a woman. You'll see when the book comes out tomorrow. We have we owe points in women. We have
They're too busy working
minus.
to call.
I'm so tired of hearing that crap. Who the hell are you kidding?
Please.
They're sitting around watching Jerry Springer, Judge frickin' Judy.
Using that apparatus you were talking about.
Using that cum apparatus I was talking about before on their ankles. They're grabbing, their ankles. They're on their back. Well, that's what Screw Ann does all the time. It's a good exercise. She lays on her desk, on her back, and then grabs both ankles.
Skankles.
Oh. Skippy said it was a, no, I'm not going to say. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Barnaby Jones, a Quinn Martin production.
Thank you. Bill Ross calling in. Thanks, Bill, from the other side. Who said that Jonathan Edwards has got anything on us? Let's start talking to some dead people. See, Mo gets upset when I talk about dead people. Let's start talking to dead people.
Sure.
Why not? Sure beats them sports callers, I'll tell you that. Well, what do you think about that right guard? Is he still injured? Oh. And all that Danny crap, man. You Danny people, you need to get a life. Oh, he's going to be in management. He's going to own the team. How the hell do you know, huh? You wouldn't know Danny if he came to your house and licked you on the ass. WQAM, hello.
Chamba.
And that was was weak. That was so bad. Shame on you, man.
A faker and a weak one.
A fake Chamba guy. WQAM.
Hey, Uncle Neil, how you
yes,
doing?
Yes, sir. Pretty good.
This is Virginia Key. I haven't called you in a long time.
Okay.
But the reason why I was calling you is I didn't know. Do you know what they use civets for? You know, the animals that are causing SARS?
Besides lunch?
Besides lunch, there is a big reason. Anybody out there that uses musk perfume, musk cologne, it comes from a rectal gland from that animal. And they actually hang this thing from its tail, take a flat piece of wood, and scrape this black, nastier than hell stuff, kind of like our president, out from these glands to the left and right of the anus, put it in a jar, and then that's what eventually becomes musk in
So,
cologne.
in other words, they're expressing their anals.
Bingo.
Wow.
So all you guys that out there that like musk,
can you charge it on Anal Express?
I don't know. Wait, put it on the Defense Department's bill. They have plenty of money.
Sure, no problem.
But anyway, for those of you guys out there like musk,
maybe we'll find some on Mars.
Plenty of it. Plenty of it along the way, too.
I'm sure.
Well, in closing, give me a little gurgle, and y'all have a good day.
And speaking of Muskie, I was talking about Ed Muskie before. He cried. Who? And he died. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. 241 votes on the Ferrall pool. It's starting to build up big, heavy duty now. You think the powers that be are looking at this thing?
No.
No. Of course not. They don't pay any attention. They're out to lunch now. Clarence comes wandering in about 9:40 now every day. Goes out to lunch about 1:45. He comes rolling back at about 10 to 3. Leaves and goes home at 4:30. How much do you think he's pulling down out of here now? How much? 140?
That's
You got to be kidding me. 140 what? Dollars?
Yeah.
241 votes. Should WQM bring back Scott Ferrall? He was big, baby. You bet. He was what had this place all fired up again, and that's it. Please, tomorrow, 89. The number of the great Alexander McGillney. Boy, we sure need him back. No way he sucked. 56, as in Q56. Who the hell is Scott Ferrall? 49. Now, we never believe those. It's just, because no matter what we put on there's a bunch of assholes that'll vote for it. And I'd love it, but it wouldn't last. 47. And we haven't taken one call on line 9 today. WQM line 9.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. I got one for your poll.
Yes?
Ari Fleischer. Oh my God, I couldn't stand that guy. The guy was such a
Okay.
Former White House.
But he had a lovely bald spot, though.
Yeah, guy had the personality for going off.
When he started getting suspicious, when they started bringing in them pork cheeseburgers, he started getting really pissed off.
True. Hey,
he started getting a little porky about it. Yes.
I got something for you. This is kind of sports related, but not
Especially
really.
with bacon.
if you go to a website, www.moneyshots.com, it's a CGI website, like
Right.
makes videos and stuff like that. They've got a Donovan McNabb video.
Naked?
No, it's not naked. It's a commercial. And if you play it, have George go there, or maybe you can go there. You'll hear that they have like a little Rush reference in there. I think.
Excellent. I love it.
Yeah,
I hope they rip him an ass.
It's like an Easter egg. If you go there, www.moneyshots.com, or just look on the web for Reebok Exhale.
As a matter of fact, if the Patriots lose to Indianapolis, which I hope they don't, but if they do this weekend, I'll pull for the Eagles in the Super Bowl just to piss off Rush.
Right on. But check it out, though, man. That Easter egg's really cool. You have to listen for it.
Okay.
But you'll hear it's really, really cool.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Neil.
See ya. 27 past 1 at 560 WQM. The Mad Dog was scheduled to be on today, too, but we have some rumors now that Ferrall's going to be on 2 to 4 every day. In fact, you know what? Let's just start making up some phony schedules.
Why not?
Huh?
I mean, the real one's wrong.
Ron Hersey's going to be on tomorrow morning between 5 and 8. 8 to 10, we got Ferrall is back. In fact, what I'm going to be is I'm going to be a Ferrall sandwich. I'm going to be the meat in the middle. Ferrall 8 to 10, Ferrall 2 to 4. Right?
Okay.
John Beresford Tipton's going to be on 4 to 6 tomorrow, giving away $1 million bills. The Millionaire. That's way before your time.
Sure.
That would be like Our Led Three Lives with Herbert Philbrick, Richard Carlson. Oh, I love talking about those real. I probably shouldn't do it because Boca Brian's out of town. He's the only other one that's old enough to know it. 27 past 1. Well, all the old farts, man, they're listening to, what are they listening to? Life? No.
Lifeless.
Seriously, what are the old farts listening to these days?
Each other fetching.
Are they listening to WKAT and classical music on AM? Huh? Maybe they're listening to a beautiful fugue right now. Who did the fugues?
Bach did most of them.
They're listening to a Bach fugue. Well, you know what? Fugue them. Hey, if you're in a really dead-end job, I'll fugue your boss, too. If you're underpaid, back at him. New Year's resolutions don't happen by automation. All you got to do is just make a simple phone call, and you really can change your life and put the plans in motion. Call Fast Train right now at 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. Classes are underway right now. If you're committed and dedicated, Fast Train can help you out in becoming a certified computer professional in just 4 short months. To make a long story short, having a real career and a big fat one and a paycheck, too, that goes along with it. That's right. Get yourself a new high-paying career in just 4, count 'em, short months. The demand for certified computer professionals is at an all-time high. That's what Todd Dreck tells me. Fast Train offers convenient day, evening, and weekend classes, job placement assistance, financial aid for people who qualify, too. So call Fast Train today, toll-free, 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. Check them out on the web at fasttrain.com. Whatever you do, don't miss the train of opportunity this year. Here's a chance to get out of your dead-end job and get a real life. Call 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. This year, make your New Year's resolution a reality with our friends at Fast Train.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Packing your dirty clothes. Kick you when you're up and kick you when you're down. Kick 'em back with a Maytag washing machine. Give us dirty laundry. We're Maytag.
Well, I apologize for playing that. They told us we don't want to be airing our dirty laundry here on QAM. They didn't tell us that, did they? No. 132 at 560 WQAM. Wait till you hear. Well, let me do this fax first. Okay? I'll say the good one.
Oh.
4 jocks accused of taping student to toilet seat. I mean, that's not bad. It's in the Sun Sentinel, though. 4 wrestlers at David Crockett High School in Jonesboro, Tennessee, are expected to be disciplined after taping a 14-year-old boy to a toilet seat, taking a picture and posting it around the school. The boy's mother, Linda Clark, said the hazing incident happened about 2 weeks ago, but nothing was done about it. I think it's a shame and a disgrace my son was humiliated like this, and it was unpunished, Clark said. Clark said her daughter took one of the photos to Crockett principal Henry Marable around the time of the incident, but nothing was done. Clark went to the school Monday and confronted Marable, or is that Maribel? Maribel. She said,
"You call that a penis?"
No. Maribel said one of the boys was not in school on Tuesday, wanted to get all 4 together before handing down any discipline. Washington County Director of Schools Grant Rowland said a student typically would be suspended 10 days for this type of offense. The whole thing is completely ridiculous, Rowland said, and a man in my position can't afford to be made to look like an asshole. How do you like that? Well, at least they didn't shove any marshmallows up his butt or anything like that, because that's usually the way it goes.
Right.
All that faggy fraternizing. Yeah, it's in the same category. Now, wait, I want you to look at the headline on this fax.
What is Jamba?
Jamba?
Okay.
Is that incredible? You're not impressed.
Well, I can't wait to hear the facts.
Jamba,
Maybe
it's more than our name. It means to celebrate. And when you taste our fresh fruit smoothies, fresh squeezed juices, and high-nutrition breads and pretzels, you understand why. Don't give the president none of those pretzels. He's got a tough time with them. Oh, and don't forget on our, what is that thing called again? That we have on our website?
The action figure there?
Yeah.
What is it called?
Lion Sack of Crap Bush, whatever it's called. It's beautiful. We started out in 1990 in San Luis Obispo, California as Juice Club, a group of young, wellness-minded people, Kirk the visionary, Linda the creative, Kevin the relationship guy, and Joe the naturalist. We had one Juice Club store, a mountain of passion, a huge hunger for health. With the help of some of our really great friends, we built Juice Club with our own hearts and hands. From sourcing the very best fruits and testing out blenders to physically building our first store, we did it all. Soon our passion for Juice Club started to catch on with others. As word began to spread, we continued to dig our grass earth. I don't want to read the whole story. Health and, this must be like that Jesus juice that Michael Jackson feeds the kids, that you drink with a straw out of a soda can. Health and nutritional awareness were finally becoming a big deal. Customer enthusiasm was growing, so we continued to open new Juice Club stores. We believed there was more to learn and more to offer our growing group of loyal fans. We made it our goal to listen to our customers, to continuously improve, to always be dreaming of creating, offering new good-for-you products. So in 1995, to celebrate our evolution, let customers know that we were committed to being better and standing out from the juice stands that were popping up, we decided to change our name. We became Jamba Juice. So there you go. Now we know. Jamba Juice.
Tastes like crap.
Come on. How do you know that?
I don't know that.
Might be delish. I'll tell you what I like a lot is my Enterex Diabetic. I'm drinking one right now for lunch.
Yes, you are. Yes, he is.
And I'm tying it in with this fax from our good friend Suzanne, who finally stopped writing me about how she's the one with the Jewish husband.
Right.
Thanks, Suzanne. I'm glad you stopped doing that.
She's married to a Mexican.
Whatever she is. I can't get through your lines. I'm listening to you. Women. Yeah, we won. Anyway, where can I get those diabetic bars you were talking about? It's not a bar, Suzanne. It's a drink. It's a drink. It's Enterex Diabetic. Enterex. And it's delicious, and it's good stuff. Good for you. You can get it at Publix, at Eckerd's, at Walgreens, at CVS, all your pharmacies out there. Give it a shot, Suzanne. And thanks for the memories. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. You hear how clean and crisp that was?
Crunchy.
That's for my Enterex Diabetic. It's clean and it'll make your greps really good. 284, should QM bring Ferrall back? What do you say? Come on, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Bring it on. Please, tomorrow, 109. Tomorrow. At 6. At 5. No way he sucked 69. I love it. I'd love it, but it wouldn't last 58. And who the hell is Scott Ferrall 55? We don't believe any of those people. There ain't nobody. Don't know Ferrall. Right?
Right.
You'd have to be a
dumb son of a bitch
not to know who he is. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Did you ever dream about being a jock playing with yourself in your room? That's with that guy. That's horrible.
Jock.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
Jock.
Wow.
I'm getting choked up just thinking about it.
Hey, that makes your tongue colored.
What's that?
The Anthrax.
No, you want to know why?
Something else.
It's anthrax. No, what it is.
Oh.
No, you know what that is?
It's coated.
My tongue is coated. Because I'm
clean.
fat. Because I'm fat. No, when you're fat, well, what about your tongue? No, not bad.
Red. Oh.
Yeah. See, that's like, it's like
lesions.
No, it's like when you have a yeast infection in your system. Most fat people have a yeast infection.
I have no idea.
I've read so much about that. I don't know how to get rid of it. But you do. And of course, part of the problem is eating like a lot of cheese.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or dairy. Rhymes with berry.
What about bread, which you don't eat?
I don't eat bread. What's bread got to do with,
it has yeast in it.
No. It's not, no. It doesn't come from yeast products. It comes from sugar. From sugar.
I know another place it comes from.
And of course, bread turns into sugar when you eat it, just like pasta and that stuff. So there's the answer for my tongue. And quit looking at my tongue, by the way.
Oh, you stuck it out.
5670560. Let's see if there's anybody on line 9. It's a winner. Hello.
Yeah, hey, I just wanted to call and tell Eric that the archives are hosed since he switched over to MP3s.
Yeah.
They don't work. They they run for about a minute and a half, then they're gone.
I'll be damned.
They don't work.
Are you serious?
I'm positive.
How the hell is that possible?
I have no idea.
When did that start?
Friday.
Friday? Mm-hmm. Probably a comic conspiracy.
That's our Friday. It sounds like you, Neil.
What's that?
It sounds like you. I met you years ago at La Tavernetta.
Right. What a great place that was, huh?
Back in the day.
Right,
also,
back in the day. Don't say that. I hate when they say back in the day.
Also, I went to college in Geneva, New York. So
All
I'm
right.
very
Hobart.
familiar
Hobart.
with Canandaigua.
You went to Hobart?
I went to Hobart.
All right.
and my roommate, as a matter of fact, dated Howard Samuel's daughter.
Oh, no, I'll tell you one thing. His son was an asshole.
Yeah, I know that, too.
His son, Bill.
I know that, too.
In fact, Howard may have been an asshole, too. I never met him.
But we spent many
I hear
hours
Howard still,
at the Finger Lakes racetrack.
I hear. I was there, man. I was there the day it opened.
Yeah, I think I was, too, as a matter of fact.
Okay, pal. Listen, I'll see you.
Probably like early 60s, right? 62,
right.
63
That's
in
it.
there?
63, I believe. I'll see you.
I believe I was
see you
there.
in Penn Yan.
Yeah, get those archives fixed. Tell Eric to get his fat button here.
We're working on it right now.
Because I'm in Tampa.
Let me say it again. I'll see you in Depew.
See ya.
I'll see you in Hamburg.
I'll see you in Skinny Atlas.
See you in Leroy. Bye. I told you Line 9 was good. We've gone from Line 9 being a real defective weak sister to Line 9 being a strong link. What? That's 2 in a row, man. 2 in a row with people that we actually might want to talk to again. Even though people not from upstate New York are probably bored to death. That's too bad. Okay, if you're not from upstate New York, you ain't crap. Or maybe Montana. Or Cuba. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. Or Toronto, eh? Let's see now, who the Leafs playing this week? Oh, that's right, they got tomorrow and Saturday, home and home with those Philadelphia Flyers. Big game Saturday, all you hockey fans out there, I'm serious. Panthers in Tampa Bay, if the Panthers have any, even though there's a long way to go, but if they have any serious hopes of being a playoff contender, they really need to get a win against Tampa. Not a tie, not one of those kiss your sister ties. I'm talking about a win against the Lightning on Saturday night at the Mac Arena. Because the Lightning are 7 points ahead. I think they still got 2 games in hand, or 2 or 3 on the Panthers. So it's a 4-point game. If the Panthers win, they're only 4 points out of first in the division. If they lose, it's 9, which is not good. Any interest whatsoever?
No.
How'd you like some free tickets?
No.
Because this is the only show that ain't giving away no free tickets because they won't do anything for this show. Nothing. 0. They won't fix our computers. They won't give us any tickets to give away. They won't even talk to us. They want nothing to do with us. They'll just take the money, thank you, and that's it. They won't sell any spots on this show.
No.
Nothing. We're like the bad cousin that came to town, wouldn't leave.
The redheaded stepchild.
That's right, the redheaded stepchild, the dark assed stepchild. Oh, I thought that was Troy Stratford. WQAM. QAM.
Hi, can I speak to Neil, please?
Speaking, yes.
Neil.
Our first lady caller of the day.
I finally got through. This is your friend Suzanne.
Oh, you're the only woman we got. Why are you still calling after I read your fax, Suzanne, and gave you the information?
I can't find the information. I called the...
I just got through telling you it's Enterex Diabetic. It's not a bar, it's a drink.
Do they have a website, do you know?
Oh, yes, they do, as a matter of fact. www.enterex, Enterex, diabetic, all one word, .com.
Down in Homestead, they never heard of that one.
But forget about Homestead. They never heard of Coke in Homestead
Electricity.
either. Yeah,
No,
they never heard of light bulbs.
I know. I appreciate that the fact that you talked about that on the radio because I'm diabetic. And,
right.
You know, it's hard for me to
Do you
eat.
take your blood sugar?
Yeah, I take my blood sugar 4 times a day. And
Good for you.
And I also take insulin 4 times a day.
Oh, you have to take insulin.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
this is good stuff. I think you'll like it.
I hope so because I tried the Atkins stuff.
Yeah.
That you were talking about, and it was awful.
Oh boy, it'll make you just crap your brains out.
I had a lot of stomach problems with it.
Right, exactly. Especially if you have a tender tummy like you and I do, forget about it.
And I decided to stop taking it, and then I went to Eckerd and I tried these carb solution bars, and they're terrible.
Awful. They taste like dreck.
Oh, they don't even work.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Give this a try, Suzanne. Good luck.
You too.
Hang in there. See, she's very nice. She faxed us. She called us. She's our only lady. We have one. Well, it's better than none. It's better than the big... Oh! 142. In fact, the big O will be on tonight, and we apologize for that in advance.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Humongous! Wow!
I did it again. I got really bummed, then married my friend. Oh baby, I was smashed when we wed, so I don't know if it was consummated. I might lose half my money, 'cause I didn't sign a prenup. I told my lawyers I got drunk again. I was half in the bag, thought he was just in. Oh baby, baby, oops, I said that I do. I had too much
247. Now, would a porky, a goofball redneck like that have with ears the size of Dumbo? In fact, he'd make Dumbo blush. Do elephants blush? Well, if he could, he would do it. I was thinking about that confrontation in the parking lot the other day, and I'm thinking of one thing that I forgot to tell you about that was said to me during the heat of the initial hostility.
Yeah.
When I was saying, it's a radio show, because he was bellyaching about, well, the things that you said on the air about me, but it's a radio show. And he said to me, you should have explained what your show is about to me. And I said, everybody else got it. And I'm thinking to myself, it wasn't up to me to sit anybody down and explain it to me. It was up to Greg Reed to explain it. See, that again is I'm not picking on Moe on that. It's another example of the bad management here. When you bring somebody in who we already know has got a big, fat ego, and you sit them down and say, don't take it personal. That's just Neil. That's the show. He rips me an ass, too. That's the way you do it. The management should have done that, not me. I mean, should I go to lunch with him and say, by the way, I'm going to rip you an ass, but don't take any of it seriously about the wig and about the checkered pants and the bag and stuff. It's just, why do I need to do that?
People with experience in this field, the talk radio field,
But he's never done that.
Right.
He did admit that to me. He's never done a talk show before. He's never done it. Which is another great idea by Greg Reed, see? Greg, I'm going to tell you, baby. I think they ought to name a disease after Greg. You know what I mean?
Which one?
Tumors. Speaking of tumors, men ages 73 and 80 brawl over a handicap parking spot in Boca. Oy vey. Maybe that's why Mo wasn't into work this morning. Two men got into a fight over a parking spot in the Denny's parking lot at 3249 North Federal Highway.
But of course.
The fight started about 11:30 Tuesday morning when Richard Bohemi, 73, asked Bruce Foster, not Bud Foster, Bruce Foster, 80, why he had parked in the last handicapped spot. Foster, who had a handicapped placard, told Bohemi it was none of his business. According to the report, Bohemi began screaming racial slurs at Foster, who's black, then struck his cane out the car window and hit the 80-year-old man, but he declined to press charges. How do you like that? He called him some kind of a schwartz or something like that. Isn't that pathetic?
Happens all the time.
If he would have held out a candy cane, he probably might have licked it. Don't you think?
There was a killing at a theater or something over here a few days ago.
Didn't they just have that trial with a guy that killed a guy over a parking spot or something?
All the time.
It goes on every day. I tell people in Toronto about that, because they ask me what it's like here, what the people are like. I tell them people shoot each other over a parking spot. They look at me like, boy, have you got a sense of humor or what? No, they think I'm joking. They can't comprehend that. They never heard of such a thing. Of course, they don't have quite the disproportionate number of old, obnoxious, angry, old people anyplace else like we do here. Old. That's why, even at my advanced age, I feel like a teenager. Now, here you better listen carefully. Steve says, could you please do me a favor? You and your station have been advertising a seminar at Office Depot Center February 5th. It's with Zig Ziglar, Jack McKeon, and Rudy Giuliani. Could you please fax me the number to call to book it? I've called the station 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times I've been hung up on twice. I didn't catch the number when you did the promo. Have you got it? Can we play it?
We could play it.
Well, that's the only way, because, see, I just want to say it again, talking about bad management. We have many, many, many people who call the station, call the switchboard out there, freaky ass Carlos, and ask very nicely, could we get some information? No! And they get hung up on because Carlos is busy with his Paris Hilton blow-up doll. Oh, I didn't tell you that either, did I?
No, you did mention that.
About Paris Hilton? And
right.
That's his new flame?
Explain me that.
I don't get it. Well, explain me Susan Lucci. Is she a fag hag? Is that what that's all about?
Maybe
Paris Hilton's a fag hag,
too.
I know she's a hag.
The Susan Lucci thing, I understand.
Why?
Soap operas.
Oh, I see. I kind of prefer Sheridan myself, even though I'm not inclined that way, but I would prefer to watch that show. It's funny. See?
But nevertheless.
Although I do like the new Tony on Guiding Light. But nevertheless. So anyway, let's play the spot.
Sorry, Earl. Well, these aren't titled anything obvious.
Wasn't that the right spot?
No.
Office Depot seminars, what? Well, what is that spot?
Something else.
Well, where's the Office Depot Center seminar?
Oh, who knows?
The Yenta Renta Center. In other words, you can't even find the spot? Come on.
Again, I would have to know what it's called.
It says, you and your station have been advertising a seminar. I apologize to the audience because I know this is very exciting.
You understand, of course, that nothing within the spot is going to have anything to do with the title as it is listed on the log or in the audio.
Right. But I mean, look at something that might be it. Like the cheetah.
That was what I just fired off, yeah.
Well, maybe Steve would like to go to the cheetah. I guess Mortgage Direct, that's that P.D. Lenny spot. Well, that's coming up.
I'll find it.
Okay, we're looking for it. We'll work
in the next break.
We'll work on it, Steve. It's what?
We'll give them a freebie in the next break. How's that?
If we can find what it is. If we find what it is, we'll put it in the next break as a free spot, because we ain't got no spots anyway. Because our sales department's too busy servicing Screw Ann back there. 321 votes. Take a puke at that, man. 321. Should QAM bring Ferrall back? What do you say, huh?
Absolutely.
Please, tomorrow, 124 of you desperately want Ferrall back. He was fun. Let's get him on. Bring it on. No way. He sucked. 78. I love it, but it wouldn't last. 64. And who the hell is Scott Ferrall? 58. Mad Dog is scheduled to be up next if we can ever get him out of the holding cell. Now, what's the story? What kind of a story can we... I think that's what I'm going to do every day, just out of spite for what they did this morning. I'm just going to make up a phony schedule. Hank's not here anymore, by the way. He quit.
Coming up next. Jim Mandich, the Mad Dog.
All right.
On Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Grab the wood.
Mad Dog says Tom Brady's coming down for 3 weeks, and he's going to bring him on in.
Anytime they see that we're lacking in the polls.
And I'm going to tell him, sure got a pretty mouth, Tommy. That's what I'm going to say.
They provide a headline that will lead you by the nose. Who say, they said, is the one to get. Now they have only one big dictator left. Oh! Don't worry about Saddam, we got him. Now we're all comfy and safe. We got him. He won't attack us no more. We got him. Praise Bush like Jesus. Who say 9/11 is what they got you to believe? Can't get any dumber than a one-party country. You believe what they say, like a gullible fool, as they use the state for their corporate tool. Call the election off, we got 'em. Bush is God and King, we got 'em. Get down on your knees, we got 'em. Dick Cheney,
158 at 560. We're almost done, baby. It seems like we just sat down here 5 minutes ago.
5 hours ago.
No. To you?
No.
This went blowing by today, man. It blew. Anyway, so Mad Dog, who's a real hoot, he really is. He was just telling me Tommy Brady's coming down after the Super Bowl and all that stuff. He's coming down here for 3 weeks. And I said, I'll come back for that. You might introduce us. I'll say, hey, Tommy, got a pretty mouth and stuff like that. Real good guy. Anyway, Mad Dog's coming up next. He finally escaped. They were holding him hostage outside in the parking lot. But he finally managed to wriggle loose, and he'll be on. Hank, though, has left. 336 votes on our poll. Should QM bring... I'm just going to lie about everything. It seems to be the QM effing way. All this. In fact, Mad Dog, he wanted to know what the deal was with Joe and Bo and Mo. It was a Mo, Joe, and Bo deal. Mo wasn't here today. Did we ever find out why?
No.
I sure hope he's okay.
Suspended, I heard.
I heard he was suspended. That's what I heard.
Kidnapped by Arab terrorists.
I heard he borrowed Larry King's suspended.
Aliens.
And in fact, he's going to be on the first manned Mars mission, and so they're getting him all cranked up and lubed up, ready to go. They're trying to figure out a way to make his bag not freeze out there in outer space. Anyway, so Mo wasn't on with Gildy. Gildy was on loan and sounded a little bit giddy about the whole thing, to be honest with you.
Giddy and
gay. And then, of course, Bo was on instead of Joe, and making up all kinds of stories about how Joe was suspended for something he said on the air. Just a lot of silly crap. And so the Mad Dog, like that. That same old Defoe stuff again, you know. Don't keep going to the well too many times, especially after that Ferrall business. And speaking of Ferrall, what a great segue. Look at that. 336 votes. When did we put that poll up there? About 11:40?
Thereabouts.
Hour and 20 minutes, 336 votes. Wow, that is sensational. That's caused Ferrall elicited a lot of emotion, wouldn't you say?
He'll be in town tomorrow.
Ferrall's going to be on the air tomorrow?
No. Oh, yeah, I mean, yes. Here.
Where?
10 to 2.
All right. 336 votes. Your QM bring Ferrall back. 130 say please tomorrow. No way he sucked. 81. I love it, but wouldn't last. 66. And who the hell is Scott Ferrall? 59.
Bye. The Neil Rogers Show on 560 WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
$1 million talent, 10-cent brain.